What's going on, guys? This is us here back in the building for our fantasy draft, the 6-1. I'm super excited about this, man, because we do this every year, and I love having our fantasy drafts and everything like that. But before we get started, we got to introduce the boy. So, first and foremost, I'm Jerome Jones. If you don't know who I am, I'm on the RPO podcast. We do this every Wednesday on college football, everything. So, definitely make sure you go check that out. But I got to introduce my guy. Been here from the beginning. He's doing some incredible stuff. One of our lead guys and inside the hash is Mr. Sam Kirk. First and foremost, how you doing, man?
Yeah, man, great. Excited to do draft tonight, man. Just for that college football weekend, kind of hyping everyone up. And, Thursday night, I think that Detroit-Kansas City matchup is going to be a phenomenal game. So we're right on the doorstep.
We're going to have so much fun. We're going to have so much fun. We already got people in the chat room. Lewis, what's going on? Thank you for being in here. Lewis is part of our draftees tonight. He can't get on live tonight, but he'll be on with us as well. So as always, if anybody out there, want to pick your comments in here, talk about any other draft picks, let us know how we did. Tell us if we did trash, because there's going to be some trash picks. I already know, Mr. Darren. I already know that we're going to have some trash picks, but we got a slew of great people in here right now that we're going to be talking with their draft picks and how we're going to do. I'm in here. Sam's in here. Super excited about this. Like Sam said, football season has started. We already got some college football. We already got hot football season. Stop with the MAC season, man. We got to play his team week one, man. Eagle, as you already know, I'm an Eagles fan. We got to play his team week one, so he's already talking junk. We got Juan is back in the building. Juan been on a hiatus. We super happy to have him on. So thank you, Juan. We're gonna start in like 1 minute, but I just want to talk about real quick the football season in general. I'm super excited about it. We are in the midst of it. First game's on Thursday. Sam, first and foremost, what is your ultimate season gonna go, man?
I don't know. I think a lot of younger teams are going to have a good amount of success this year. For some reason, I do think a lot of the younger rosters have this explosion to them that is going to end up working. I think the league's kind of transferring that, where a lot of these younger guys are coming into the game and making an impact right away. And I think teams are noticing that, and I'm not really staying away from a younger team like, say, Detroit from having a good season. Like, I think there's a lot of rosters that are going to be really fun to watch. And more importantly, this fantasy draft, I think, is a good kind of study tool. If you still have your draft in the next 3 days, we'll be drafting, but I'll be giving you guys tips. Me and Jerome will be telling you guys what is the deal, how you guys should be approaching these drafts, what strategies to use, and potentially who to take after we've taken. You don't want to give away everything. That's kind of the balance of this. But at that same time, we want to help you guys out and get you prepped for your drafts as well. So we're really hyped to get into this. And I got the third pick. I don't know what you have, Jerome, but my brain's kind of already –
I'm at 10. I'm at the end of the first round, which is good for me. I get to kind of like see how everything kind of playing out and plan things out. So you see me a little quiet in the beginning with my strategy, but definitely going to be critiquing all you guys, because I know one of you going to mess up. One of you going to mess up. It happens every year, and it's fine. It just more picks for me. But I'm excited about this. Let's get it started. Let's get the draft board right on here, and we're going to start right away, right here, right now, and let's go. So first and foremost, let's talk about the positions real quick. I'm just going to quickly put everybody in there. First off, we're going to have Avery at number 1. We're going to have Ned at number 2. Sam, he just talked about it. He's going to be at number 3. The one and only at number 4. You got Chris at number 5. We got Ray at number 6. I'm sorry. We got Jacob at number 7. That's Sam's friend. We got Darius at number 8. Lewis, my guy, at number 9. Myself at 10. We got the coach at number 11. And then at number 12, we have Matt, named Ryan for whatever reason. But he's in here as well. So let's get it, man. Are you excited, sir?
Yeah. I mean, I'm kind of wondering what Avery Collins is thinking about this 1-1 right now. I mean, he's usually – shout out Avery. He's hosted this with me a couple times, and it's great talking to the man. But I'm excited to see how his draft goes. Sometimes maybe not hosting might allow him to, get a little more creative and
Yeah, maybe he have a better draft now that he's not like
That's what I'm saying. He might be locked in tonight.
First overall. So I'm excited to see how he does, and we're gonna do a 2-minute clock on this end, and then we're gonna talk about our picks through 1 through 2, and then after round 2, we're gonna kind of pick and choose and bring people on. So let's get it started. Avery, you are officially on the clock. So Sam, what do you think he's gonna go first overall, man? What's your prediction here?
I mean, we didn't really bring this up yet, but this league, this is now the 4th season, I believe. So we kind of have a feel what's going on in this league.
Yeah, we got ideas.
Avery Collins has been riddled by terrible situations at times, and I think him having this 1-1 here, he's gonna think of it in a way that he can mess this up. And in that category, I think it's none other than Jay Jettis. I don't think you can really think about it. I think locking him up here is a very safe bet. And we saw last year, I don't think we've seen a receiver like Justin Jefferson truly dominate the game of football since kind of Randy Moss T.O. era. Like, this is a different type of player who can get open whenever he wants. We saw that Buffalo game last year. I don't know if I saw he makes such an impact for that team. And I think they're as mediocre as it gets. But him being who he is puts them over that hump, obviously. And I don't know. I can't name a receiver who makes as big of an impact as he does.
Definitely. All right, so I made a little error mistake. I didn't actually start the league. So Avery, now you can select. We'll restart your clock real quick, but you're good to go, sir. So Avery said, "Bro, we have our private chat in here, and he's seeing everything." So my apologies. It's been a minute. I'm a little rusty, but I'm usually on the production side of this, so I'm using a lot more better than I am right now. But I'm hosting, helping hosting, so we're gonna have some fun with this right now. Lewis said, "Here we go." Yes, sir. Here we go. Lewis, I want to know who you picking because you're right. You and Coach are sandwiching me right now, and I don't like how that looks right now. I don't know. That sounded kind of weird. And we got our first pick, Justin Jefferson, as predicted. Let's get the man on here, Mr. Avery Collins.
Just like that.
And talk about his. Oh, we got the second pick already. But Avery, what made you get Justin Jefferson for the first overall pick?
Honestly, this was tough. First of all, can y'all hear me?
Yes, sir. Yes,
okay,
sir.
Yeah, this one was tough for me. I hate having the first overall pick, man. I really do. It's so frustrating. I mean, there's so much pressure, if you will, but at the same time, unless you draft Le'Veon Bell, you can't really go wrong. And so I think for me, I wanted to be unconventional this year. Typically, I go running back in the first round, but I said, you know what? I saw the numbers that Jay Jettis put up last year. Say that again.
I was just saying, I kind of like how you just approached it. Honestly, I mean, it's the best player available. Truly, best fantasy player available.
That's literally what I said. You know what? I saw what he did last year. There's no Adam Thielen, so we're gonna wonder what we're gonna see from Osborne. We're gonna wonder what we see from Jordan Addison. We're gonna wonder what we see from the weapons that are around him. But he himself is probably just going to continue to be productive. So I'm actually shocked to see what I'm seeing right now. It's a run of receivers.
Yeah. You started something right here, and picks are flying in right now. The runner receivers. So Avery, thank you for getting on. We're gonna go to somebody else real quick. The picks are coming in flying in. I'm actually a little surprised. I thought that it'll be a little bit slower than this, a little bit thinking, especially with a receiver going first overall. Cause I think this might be the first season that we had our company draft that it was like this. Real quick, we're gonna get to our next one. Took the guy Avery said it was better than JJ. Well, I agree. I agree actually. Wanda, we're gonna get you on in a second. Man, these picks are coming in quick. All right. So we got Ned taking McCaffrey. How you feel about that, real quick?
I think it was a great pick too. There, I mean, obviously, what he did last year for that Niners team was truly really fun to watch. I don't think we've seen a player get traded like that and then just be infused into the offense right away and be that effective. So shout out C-Mac, and I think he's going to be great again this year.
Yeah, he became a quick beast for these guys. If you see me keep looking aside, I'm I have my own little draft board that I'm recording everything. So, these picks are going too fast for me right now. So you'll see me keep looking back and forth this way. And I'm super blind too, so I'll be squinting my eyes too. But anyway, I agree. McCaffrey was a dog last year. He was playing really well. I think that for a person to just get into a system and just adapt that system so fast, this guy was a monster. And having him on another year with a coach that is run oriented and does well with their running backs, dude, it's gonna be. It's gonna be.
Yeah, Jerome, if you want to take a look here, I could kind of take over and just explain kind of how the rest of the first round is shaping up right now.
Yeah, let's get our guys in here. While you're talking.
I was the next pick. I was at 3. I'll explain that real quick.
Let me catch up my board. Go ahead, guys.
I was just saying, I think Tyreek Hill and Jamar Chase kind of neck and neck there, and I believe Tyreek Hill had over 170 targets last year. With injured Tua, and
yeah.
I don't know. I
was lucky to get him in the second round last year. Nobody believed in him, and I got him in the second round. He helped my team.
I think he's the all-time receiving leader already in Miami for one season. Like, this guy had an incredible last season. And I just think, again, like, Miami's going to be better. And I know their offense is really flashy. Jalen Waddle's a little banged up right now. I think Tyreek Hill is a safe bet there at 3. And then Juan went with Jamar Chase after that. And I kind of want to talk to him about that.
Let's get Juan on real quick to explain his pick real quick. So, Juan, the one and only, we're going to bring you on, sir. You're on mute and your camera's off. But let us know how you feel about this pick, man.
Feeling really confident about it. Honestly, been doing my research with regard to who to take in this first round. And I kind of attribute taking Jamar Chase like a wide receiver with my pick, mostly due to the fact of wide receivers be getting a bigger role on the offense, whereas running backs are starting to slowly see their roles diminish thanks to the running back by committee approach that many teams have been taking. And Jamar Chase. If you watch the Air It Out podcast with myself and with Avery, you know that Avery is a big Jamar Chase fan, preaches about how Jamar is a better receiver than Justin Jefferson, which surprised me about why he took JJ over Jamar in the first place. But then that just left him dropping over to me. I get that Tyreek Hill dropping down to Sam. That was a great one, but I don't trust, Tua being on the field enough to get Tyreek the ball, Justin and Joe Burrow being on there on the field to distribute, and Jamar Chase just going to have a breakout season. I have high confidence with Jamar breaking out this year.
Definitely. No, I like the pick. Y'all really made it tough for me. I'm looking at my board. I'm like, we'll see how it goes. I'm the next pick up, but we're gonna go through everybody real quick. Thanks, Juan, for getting on real quick. The next pick after that would be Chris. So Chris, you're on. We're gonna talk about your pick. So Chris, you got the giant player right there, being an Eagles fan. What made you get him right there?
Well, I kind of wanted to break the trend of wide receivers being taken, and because of the fact that I know that this wide receiver class, in fantasy this year is like so deep, I can afford to at least get like a top premier running back that is going to get at least like 25% of the offense, is going to get catches out of the backfield, and he's going to be featured a lot in the RPO offense with Daniel Jones. So I know that a healthy Saquon is going to be a legitimate 20-point threat every single week, and I know now that I got him, I can.
Jerome, peep the chat when you get a chance. But Chris, now talk a little bit about Barkley. Obviously, I think you might have reached on him, like, in a way, and some people might look at it as that. But I could definitely see him having a much more efficient season than both Eckler and Bijan. He is still the best weapon on this offense.
Everybody's telling me to pick my pick, and we don't have a timer.
Over 2 minutes, Jerome.
I know. Listen, we don't have a timer on the actual draft, so I have time. We're trying to get everybody to talk about.
Okay, we're on the NFL draft timer. Okay,
that's going Fast and the Furious on me. I already know who I'm gonna pick, but go ahead, guys. I have it. Go ahead.
No, I liked Chris's pick. I think I'm actually taking Barkley over Eckler, and just based on how many mouths there are to feed on the Chargers offense. And I do think there's not going to be as many dump downs as there were last year that Eckler got. Someone made it a point last year. Keenan Allen did not play football games last year. That didn't happen. Like, they had no weapons. That's what their offense was. It was dump it down to Eckler over top to Mike Williams. And now it's going to be a lot more vertical and inclusive. So I think Barkley's the right call there. In a PPR standard 12-team league, you might have the RB1. And he's out for blood. He needs his contract. He's playing for something, and he's playing. So here we go.
100%. All right, Chris. Appreciate you getting on. We're gonna go to the next person. Who's the next person? Ray. So Ray, what's going on? Ray, you got Austin Eckler at running back. How you feeling, man?
I wanted to get a running back. I got a guy who does a little bit of everything. I thought about Saquon Barkley. I also thought about every other year he gets hurt. So I just went with what I felt was a safer pick.
Yeah, what do you think about that, Sam?
No, I definitely like the pick here. I think they're my right after McCaffrey. They're the 2 and 3, pretty obviously. They have a much more solidified position within their offense than Bijan would. And people are forgetting they still have Tyler Algier. Like this is a backfield. They have Cordell Patterson. They've a couple weapons, and for him to be getting 26 carries week 1, that's not going to happen. I'm just letting you know. It's not going to happen like that right out of the gate for Bijan, and it's going to happen like that for Eckler and Barkley. So I like those picks.
Yeah, I like the pick. I think it's.
I actually thought about Barkley and Bijan Robinson, to be honest with you. But again, I just thought
definitely. I mean, get the more proven guy. I understand, like more proven guy. He's a fantasy rock star, so I understand why you did that, Ray, for sure.
He will get.
All right, Ray. Appreciate you getting on, man.
You got it, man.
All right, yeah, he will definitely get you some first downs for sure. All right, our next pick was on here, and it was from Jacoby. Oh, sorry, Jacob.
Oh, it's Jacob, yeah.
Friend,
he got
Kelsey in the first round. What'd you feel about that, man? How you feel?
I think I like it. I mean, he's like technically you could call him a tight end, but he's their number 1 receiver, right? Am I wrong? He is. He's one of the most explosive players in the entire league, and he's still going to have that same role he's had for the last 4 years. So again, if you're looking for consistency, if you're looking for a safe pick, that's your bet. And guess what? He's not going to be searching for a tight end around 7 and 8, trying to make a Kyle Pitts or someone else work in his team. He's going to have Kelsey already.
No, he's right. No, you're definitely right. All right, we got Darius on. He got Mr. Diggs. Darius, first and foremost, how you feeling about week 1, bro?
Listen, week 1, y'all coming to Gillette. That's all I'm gonna say. We're gonna see
Tom Brady Day, right? Tom Brady Day, right?
Tom Brady Day. This team gonna let me down. They're gonna let Brady down. They're gonna let me down. I'm prepared to punch the air every game.
So
I'm prepared for how I'm prepared for it.
Yeah, man. I got you. But you picked the guy in your division, man. How you feel about that?
I always wanted Stephon Diggs. Like last year, I wanted him, but Chris snagged him right before me. I think Stephon Diggs obviously is a top 10 wide receiver in the league. He's the number 1 option in Buffalo. He's Josh Allen's favorite target. So I think it's a safe pick with that. Just getting a number 1 wide receiver. And then I think, like Chris said with the wide receivers, I think the running back class is a little bit deep and very underrated. So I think I can get a running back in the later rounds. But I wanted to get a solidified number 1 wide receiver. And that's what I got with Stephon Diggs.
Definitely, man. I just want to put my pick in while you was talking because everybody's rushing me to pick my pick. But thanks, man. I appreciate you getting on. We'll see you week 1. All right. Next person was Lewis. He was right before me. He picked Bijan Robinson. What do you think about him? Rookie coming in the first round. I
mean, I just kind of commented a bit on him. If you're in a dynasty league out there and you're trying to, collect keepers and consider that he might be RB1 or pick 101 next year, I like it. Mm-hmm. I just think there's a huge risk there. Again, what's behind this offense that people are like, oh, Atlanta's going to be really good up and down the field team. Bijan's going to be in the red zone all the time. You think that's going to happen? I don't know if that's going to happen right off the bunch. I hate to, Avery's probably not liking hearing this, but I just think it's a young team. They're going to take some time to get things going. And that backfield has used the same players for a couple of years now, so they might be better off blocking. And I don't know. I just don't think fantasy superstardom, I don't think is on the line right now for Bijan. I think Bijan, what he wants to do this year, rush for 1,000 yards, make sure he catches 60, 70 balls, and that's a successful season. That's what his goal should be. It shouldn't be to break all-time records. It shouldn't be.
You gotta also wonder, you got Ty Alexander, or however you say his name. He was a 1,000-yard runner too. Is he gonna cut into it since he's a rookie? Well, it's always that question. You never know.
Algier was one of the solid points of the Falcons' offense last year. So
yeah.
And then you went with Mahomes right after that, so you want to talk about that?
Yeah. So guys, I do not like taking quarterbacks this early, but the run of the players that I've seen, I went best player available. Darren, yo, you funny, bro. All right, so I had to get the quarterback. I had to get the GOAT, Pat Mahomes. I never pick a quarterback in the first round ever. So this is I'm setting a little different trend. Last year went wide receiver twice. It went well for me, so we'll see. But I never went quarterback first. Mahomes I just think he's just a safe pick. In general, just looking at how the draft was going, and I felt like there's like 3 or 4 guys that I had in that same round. Now I'm picking again that I can pick here. So I was feeling like, hey, let me get the best guy that I feel like is available, and then I got a quick turnaround where I could get either one of the top 4 or 5 guys.
You still get a lot of guys you're considering at that spot already, and at that same time, you're going with the highest point getter in fantasy football. If you want a chance at 40 points a game every time you step out on the field, there's your guy. Because there's no throw on the field he can't make. There's no play on the field he really can't make. And people got to heard about this. Super Bowl champions. And the team got better. Definitely. They got better.
And I agree with that. So let's get to our next pick, and that would be Darren. So we're not. No, definitely. I'm sorry, my computer's lagging right now. But let's get Darren in. He got back-to-back picks. Let's talk about both your picks, sir, real quick. We already know one. We already know why you did the second.
Actually, so realistically, it was actually between A.J. Brown and Lamar. I was really just trying to think, all right, do I want to go receiver? Because I knew for a fact Jerome was not going to pick Nick Chubb, and he was going to try something weird. And as soon as I seen it, I kept saying to myself, no, just make your pick, Jerome. Let me go ahead and get my guy. So Nick Chubb was already solidified. I knew
it was Patrick Mahomes or Nick Chubb, and I was like, all right, if I get Patrick Mahomes now, maybe I can get Nick Chubb on the back end of that.
I seen him Listen, I queued him up already. When I seen him still there, I'm just like,
we playing chess, not checkers, man. We playing chess, not checkers. It's going back and forth all draft, man. So this is just how it's gonna go.
So I grabbed Nick Chubb, and then coming around, it was, do I go receiver who can possibly have a great day, possibly not, or go with Lamar because I didn't see him still being there on my next go around. I see more receivers still being there, but I don't see another really solid quarterback on that next come around. I can see possibly a run of quarterbacks starting to happen, and I know it's going to be a minute for me to pick. So,
yo, Darren, just want to say hi, man. Like, love having you back. It's good to see you, man. And I'm not surprised with the pick, but I gotta say, this best offense. When's the last time you guys had weapons like this? Yeah, I mean,
listen, I trusted. I really did.
Damn, Jerome, you just sniped them from me.
No, yeah. As soon as I seen the offense,
that's your fault.
The development of the receivers, the adding on the first rounders, it's just so many of them. So
yeah, definitely. Yeah. All right. Well, Darren, thank you for getting on, man. We appreciate you, and we'll see you in round 3, man. All right. So let's talk about the next pick after that. We got Tony Pollard that just went in, and Cooper Kupp on the turnaround for Mr. Matt. Sam, I mean, these picks are going flying, but
Sam, let's make sure to have everyone talk about both their picks. But I'm excited to talk about these next 5 because a lot has happened. But Tony Pollard, Cooper Kupp, I think it's a pretty good combo. Kupp fell in this because of a injury. It's going to hold him out of 1 game.
Yeah,
I'm not huge in the Rams this year, but he's one of the better receivers that we've seen in a while. Like, this guy is still a really talented player, and it's not. Yeah. Oh, and Stafford's back. Like, I mean, I'm not huge on Stafford this year, especially, but I do think it'll help Kupp, statistic-wise. people are like, oh, he had a horrible last year, wasn't relevant at all. One, he was injured. Two, he still had 700 yards. So, like, I think we should calm those brakes a bit.
No, 100%. Yeah, I think that there was a good combination. Like he is injured right now. He just had a I want to say a quad injury.
Yeah, I mean, I think it's one game at the most right now, basically.
Yeah. So we'll see how that goes, and those kind of injuries are kind of lingering type of injuries. But I think overall, if you can get the best out of him to stay healthy, he's a good pick for sure. Let's talk about the next. Well, we already talked about Lamar Jackson. Me getting Garrett Wilson. What do you think? What's your thoughts on that pick right there in the first round?
Yeah, I mean, you heard what I said. Like, I wanted him. I thought he was going to fall behind CD and AJ Brown. I thought he would trickle down a bit farther. Did you debate that? Were you debating Brown?
That was.
Or you wanted CD? I'm surprised you didn't take CD, kind of.
I was debating him. I was debating Brown. CD was close in that round. I don't blame Lewis for getting Jalen Hurts. He was on my radar as well. Adams, who just went, he was on my radar. So, like I said, I had a group of guys in that little group that I could have picked from. I just think Garrett Wilson, just from seeing everything in the offseason, I haven't seen a lick of Hard Knocks, so this is not a Hard Knocks pick. Trust me. But just from what I'm hearing, just what I'm seeing, it hurts my heart to pick a Ohio State guy so early, Mr. Chris. But I felt like he's the best pick I could have got at that moment. Sam's looking a little quiet because he's on the board, but I think that that is a good pick for me. So the next pick is Jalen Hurts, going right after my pick. That's from Lewis. Lewis is an Eagles fan. Of course, I think that was off the table. He was going to pick him. I don't blame him for it at all. He had a great season last year. Took the team to the Super Bowl. Sam, you're on mute if you are trying to talk. But yeah, I like it. So
yeah, no,
Avery hates my picks, by the way.
I want to talk to Derek.
Okay, whatever.
Part of me is really shocked that Najee Harris went in the second round.
Yeah and no. I mean, yeah, they have a bad offensive line, so I get what you're saying on that. But he's a very talented player. So,
Jalen Warren.
Let's get Darren on right now. Darius.
Yes,
to talk about that pick real quick. Darius, taking Najee at number 5 in the second round.
Yes, sir. Listen, I think Najee is a good running back. Obviously, Pittsburgh has questions at the offensive line position, but I still think he's still going to produce. We're in a PPR league, so he's going to get his touches. He's going to get his receptions if it's dump offs, little handoffs. So I think it's going to be it's a good pick, and I think I have my RB1 just because I know somebody's not going to draft the next guy who I'm going to draft. So you'll see.
Ooh, okay.
You'll see.
We'll definitely see. We'll definitely see for sure, man. Appreciate you getting on for sure. Next one was your guy, Jacob. He got CD Lamb. What do you think about that one?
I mean, just me talking fantasy with him, he's been really high on CD Lamb for a while. Like truly, CD's so fun to watch, and he is one of the better wide receivers we have in this league. And I think he's like, to have Najee go ahead of him and Jalen Hurts and Lamar. I think he's getting somebody a lot. I think CD should have been probably taken a little earlier, personally. But I am now on the clock myself, in a bit of dilemma here. Like, went to receiver. We're probably going to have to go running back, and I'm going to take a rookie. It's risky, but I like this kid a lot.
Oh, I was hoping he kind of came to me, so that was a good pick. And we'll talk about that in a second. But let's get to Ray with AJ Brown. So Ray, I was actually debating AJ Brown or Wilson. I just think Wilson might have the better quarterback and the better talent around him. That's why I kind of did that. But AJ Brown, how you feel about him getting him and Eckler? And you just picked your next pick too. So talk about it.
I like Eckler. I thought AJ Brown should have been taken a little bit before I took him, to be honest with you. And I think I like Ramondre Stevenson. I think I have a nice 1-2 punch running back for right now until I can figure out who's going to be my backup there.
Nice. Yeah, man, I think it's a good pick for sure. We'll see how that goes, man. Good luck with everything.
Thanks, man.
Definitely. All right, we got Chris. So, Chris, you had 2 picks just now, taking 2 receivers in a row. You get in Adams and you get in Smith, who I think is a sleeper. Y'all sleeping on Smith, but that's maybe me being an Eagles fan. But how you feeling about your picks, Chris?
In regards to Devontae Adams, it came down to either getting my wide receiver 1 or doubling up and getting like 2 running back 1s in Henry and Barkley. But I went with the safe pick and just made sure I got my wide receivers. I'm still confident with the depth of this running back class I can get later on. So I just wanted to secure my top 2 guys at the very least.
Definitely, man. Definitely. I think you have a good set right there for sure. So, good luck, man. I like what you got going for sure.
Appreciate it.
All right, let's get to our next guy, and that will be Juan. So the one and only, of course, taking Josh Allen and Derrick Henry, Waddle. Look, I like your squad so far. How you feeling about it?
I'm feeling really good.
I mean, not Waller. I'm sorry, Chase.
I'm feeling good overall. I feel like I'm going to get a heck of a lot of production from Derrick Henry this year, especially because even though they have DeAndre Hopkins as a weapon, I think this is going to be a very run-heavy team, and there's also been reports that Henry has been getting a lot more action as a receiver, so we're going to see a lot more pass-catching Derrick Henry going into this year. And then Josh Allen, I know that everyone's been going on this run of quarterback so far. I think counting like 4 have been picked so far: Patrick Mahomes, Jalen Hurts, and I can't see past the screen right here for the full thing, but I know that another quarterback was taken. Oh, Lamar Jackson. So Josh Allen had to be the next one, because past this, who do you get? Who else is a great fantasy quarterback other than those 4? That's my reasoning.
No, I agree. I mean, you did very well with your picks, man, and looking forward to your comeback, man. You looking good right now. I'm just gonna say so far so good. We'll see how the season goes. All right, so Sam, you got Brown and you got Gibbs in your last 2 picks. How you feeling about those 2, man?
I was just telling my friend Jacob, I'm surprised I didn't really think about me doubling down the Lions there. But I mean, I was talking about it before this draft started. I'm high on this team. I'm high on the offense, at least. I think they're going to move the ball. And there's been some great reports about Amon-Ra St. Brown, and the way that Jared Goff talks about him, he talks about him like he is a next-level all-star player, like all-pro type of receiver, and that he's going to have this crazy year. So I'm putting my faith in that, and I think Detroit offense is going to be, I think they're going to put 30-plus points a game, and that's going to be what I need from these 2.
Definitely. I like it, man. I like it for sure. Next picks was Ned. He got Jacobs, and then he got Olave on the 3rd round. What do you think about those picks, man?
I do like Olave a lot this year. I believe he's going to do – I was going to take Jacobs if he fell instead of Amon-Ra probably, just because the contract thing's kind of been figured out. And I think a lot of people are right now are sleeping on Vegas and what they can do this year. Like, how many people really give Jimmy Garoppolo credit for winning games? Like, it gets to a point where somebody is just so consistent and never hurts their team that we don't give them enough credit. Like, he has been solid everywhere he's went, and he's just been riddled with injuries. But if he stays healthy, Adams, Jacobs, these guys should have red zone opportunities. Not saying the defense is going to be good, not saying they're going to win the AFC West, but I'm saying that this team might be, competitive, which is what you need.
Definitely. No, I agree. I like it for sure. All right, let's get to our last pick of the 2nd round. Which was Avery. We're going to bring Avery on real quick. He got Jalen Waddle and he got Taylor. Ooh, all right. So you took a big risk there getting Jonathan Taylor in the 3rd round, the beginning of the 3rd round. But Waddle, Jefferson, how you feeling about this lead up, man?
I'm thinking that I like it so far, man. It's really receiver heavy. This is unconventional for me, particularly in the PPR. I typically go running back, but with Justin Jefferson being what he is, I figured, there's no real downside to selecting this guy. Jalen Waddle, I think people sleep on him as a number 2 receiver. I think he might be the top 3 number 2 receiver in the NFL. And I think that he's primed to just do what he did last year, or at least mimic it. Jonathan Taylor, I think he's in a situation where he's like, I'm going to show you why you should pay me at this point. In Indy, I think he's going. And the thing about it is he's a character guy. He cares about his character. He's not somebody who really wants to have a bad stain on his legacy or any of those things. So I think he's going to show up and perform. And I think that he's going to obviously.
Whoa.
So yeah, I that last pick that came in is a little bit shocking. I will say this: there are a couple picks that I definitely wanted. Jacob taking Calvin Ridley, that one hurt a little bit. I'm not even going to lie. I definitely wanted. I definitely wanted Ridley, and Darren, I gotta throw you under the bus too, man. Taking Debo from me hurt a little bit, my guy. But I'm just hoping to round up my squad. So yeah, I think I'm doing all right now.
Yeah, I'm getting dunked on a little bit. It's okay. I'm not used to picking this far in the draft, but it's all right, man. It's all right.
I'm gonna let you listen. I don't listen. I'm gonna be honest. So far, I hate your draft. I think Garrett Wilson's the only pick I like, and I don't even like where you took him. Patrick Mahomes in the first round is absolutely absurd to me, but I understand why. Like I'm not questioning your judgment on why you did it. I wouldn't have done it. Garrett Wilson over some of the other receivers out there. I think I understand your logic behind it with Aaron Rodgers throwing the football now and what he did last year as a rookie. He won Rookie of the Year. We're expecting him to take a leap here. But then after that, Kenneth Walker, maybe Seattle's going to run the football. But then George Pickens, there's other like
listen.
You got that's faith. That's faith.
My faith in Kenny Pickett is way higher than a lot of people. So I think that's why that he's going to be a number 1 guy. Trust me.
Chris said you're drunk.
I know.
Chris said you're off the dippers.
Listen,
right now.
I did have a long day of work, so maybe that's kind of affecting my brain cells. I don't know, but when I seen him on the board and
who took DJ? Oh my God, Sam, you just took DJ Moore. I should fight you.
Listen,
had to, man. Had to.
For me. It was DJ Moore Pickens for me. It was between those two, honestly.
Sam, I'm upset. You made me mad right there. That's a good pick, man. That's a really good pick.
I agree.
That's
all right. Well, Avery, thanks for getting on, man. We'll talk to you in a second. All right.
For sure. You might as well keep me on. I'm up now.
Oh, hey, go ahead. Do you think, bro? Do you think?
Let me see, man.
These picks are coming fast and furious, and I think maybe that's messing me up too. They coming fast. They're coming fast.
Let me see. This one is kind of tough. I'm wondering whether or not I should go and just get my second running back now, but I think the running back class is pretty deep. So I think I'm gonna switch it up here. And I think I'm gonna get a guy who just got signed, who got some money, who's gonna do his thing. I'm gonna take TJ Hockenson here.
Just got signed.
Love that pick, Avery. I love that pick.
I'm just gonna take the guy who just got paid, who's like, I can go out and just ball freely. I don't have to think about anything anymore.
Also, let's not remember, this guy was great last year. He was in Detroit. Everyone's going, what's he doing? He's not producing. It might have been a system thing because he looked really good in Minnesota.
Exactly my point. And the thing about it is, though Justin Jefferson is probably going to get the majority of the targets, Adam Thielen's no longer there. That was the Robin to the Batman of Justin Jefferson. So somebody has to pick up those targets. And if it's not going to be Osborne or Addison, you got to think it's going to probably end up being the tight end who's a safety blanket. And TJ Hockenson is a great receiving tight end. So I'm going to go with TJ Hockenson there. And then now I think I'll go ahead and select my second running back. I'm not sure who I want to go with. This one is tough. This one is really tough. But I think I'm gonna y'all don't mind my family in the background singing all out.
It's all good, man.
We having a good time, we having a good time. I think I'm gonna go with no, I'm not gonna go there. I'm gonna go with this. Some people are not gonna agree with this. Darren's probably gonna hate me for it, but I think this is just a run heavy team. So I'm gonna go ahead and take J.K. Dobbins. Run heavy team, and I think he's got something to prove, man. I think he wants to prove that he can stay healthy and that he can be effective while he's on the field. So I think he's going to protect himself, but he's also going to run hard. I think it's going to be a breakout for a year for him. I could see 1,400 yards.
I like the pick. I truly do. Avery, you're right in saying that Baltimore's a running team because they truly are. That's just how they work. And red zone opportunities. You have Zane, you have Odell outside. The ball's going to be moving. JK's going to be in the red zone. If he's healthy, he's going to score touchdowns. It's going to happen. So you having him as a potential RB2, I think I like it. I really do. I don't have any issue with that pick.
Yeah, it'll be interesting to see. I think if he stays healthy, me personally, I think if he stays healthy, he can prove to be a top 5 back in the NFL. I think he's got that type of talent. So if he stays healthy, I think that he can. I mean, obviously Baltimore's line is really good, and like I said, even though that they've kind of given Lamar Jackson some weapons on the outside and adding Odell Beckham, drafting Zay Jones, doing the things that they did, I think they're still going to establish the run in order to open up those lanes because Lamar Jackson loves to throw down the seam to Mark Andrews, loves to throw over the middle, loves to throw deep on the sidelines. So I think in order to do that, you have to make sure you establish the run game. So I think we're going to stick to the run game. And so that's why I went with JK over some of the other guys.
I like it.
Who just took Drake London? That's a solid pick, man.
Chris.
Juan taking Drake London. Juan, I'm liking your team, man. I'm liking your team, Juan. I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah, definitely. All right, Avery, we're gonna let you get on. Let's talk to the man we just mentioned just now, Mr. Juan. Picking pretty well so far. I see a big smile on his face. How you feeling, man?
Pretty good. I'm looking like I'm building a Pro Bowl team right now. If I'm being honest, yeah. Drake London, new year, new quarterback, and he's going to be a very big target for. What's the name of Atlanta's quarterback again?
Lewis is funny.
I think
Lewis. I kind of predicted Lewis picks because he showed me what his team from his other league, and he got Christian Watkins before in his other league. So I kind of knew he's going to go that route too.
I was more peeved, Jerome, when you took Garrett Wilson because unlike you, I did watch Hard Knocks and I bought into the hype. Apart from the fact that I am a Jets fan, and if it wasn't for you, I would have taken Garrett Wilson apart from Derrick Henry. But now I think I get the next best thing, which is a receiver from that same draft class in Drake London. I feel he's going to have a breakout season with Desmond Ridder. And even though they're going to be I feel like this run game by Atlanta is going to open up the passing game for London. And I'm calling for at least 1,000 yards, and maybe 6 touchdowns.
Definitely, man. Yeah, I like your squad, dude. I wish you the best. You got a good wide receiver in there. I really like him for sure. So we'll see how that goes, man. Good luck with everything. All right. Let's get to our next person. Sam, who you want to bring on? While I'm looking?
Well, let me see. Oh, how about we bring Chris back for that Kamara pick? Just to explain.
All right, let's bring him in. Chris is laughing to the bank right now because he picked my guy. He fell to me. I was like, well, I can redeem myself if I get Kamara, but you must have the same idea. What was your mindset on that, man?
Oh, I was surprised how fast we fell. I was looking for a running back too, and I'm just like, no one's sniping out of a Kamara yet. Okay, this is weird. Let me just grab him now put him on my bench, and then once he's done the suspension, Saquon Barkley and Alvin Kamara are going to have all the PPR receptions. First of all, it's 3 games, Juan, not 6. So, and Jerome, if you really wanted him, you would have taken him with your George Pickens pick.
No, you're right. You're right. I'm gonna go on a guy. I'm gonna do it. I need to grab him.
And besides,
Pickens.
I did this last year. Like I took DeAndre Hopkins late in the draft. Because we suspended the first 6 games, and lo and behold, he did pretty well for me.
Yeah. No. Yeah, I do. I love the pick. He's suspended for a couple of games. You can have him for the rest of the year. It's a look into the future kind of pick, and having him, Barkley, Adams, Smith, Fields, you got a very, very dangerous team, man.
Yeah.
What do you think, Tom?
Listen, just call me the Cancun for suspended players. If you're suspended, it don't matter to me.
Yeah, it's looking like it.
No, I think it's a very Chris Thomas team. That's kind of how I imagine him building his roster. I feel like it's looked very similar to that over the years. He always fits in a quarterback somewhere within that 5 rounds, but he does always get his 2 elite playmakers, and then you have Barkley, and then I love it. I mean, honestly, those 5 right there, the chance, they're all stars. They're all really, really talented football players. And Jerome, you brought this up earlier, I think Smitty's being slept on a bit. I think people are sleeping on Devonta Smith. I think it's getting a bit no one's giving him his flowers. But this man, last year, he went on a tear. And believe me, I didn't like watching that. It was versus my own team many of the times. Don't like watching that. Yet again, one of the better.
Matt, I hate you, Matt. Yeah,
it's annoying.
Literally, why I was debating because I was about to get Hall. I was hoping Hall came back on the turnaround, and you got him. So I hate you. I don't like being at number 10 now.
Also, my fantasy philosophy is if you really love a guy, it don't matter. It don't matter if it's the first round or second round. You go ahead and get your guy.
I mean, that's why I got George Pickens, though. I really like him. I think he's going to be our number 1 guy. I think, his quarterback, Pickett is going to be way better than a lot of people think. And I just want to put my trust in a guy that I think is going to have a lot of potential. And most of my team is a lot of potential outside of Patrick Mahomes, honestly. So,
yeah, that's fair.
Yeah. So,
all right.
I know. It might not look good to you guys now, but wait until these 2 guys ball out.
Yep.
Awesome. All right, Chris. Appreciate you.
Okay.
All right. Awesome. So, let's get to some of these other picks, man. We got some coming in and going kind of furious. I got picks soon. Sam is in the bathroom. So, let me pick. Who are we gonna pick? Let's get Ray on. He's gonna pick soon. What's going on, Ray, man? How you feeling about your pick with McLaurin?
I know he's all banged up right now, but I love his talent. So I needed a wide receiver. I took the best guy I saw.
No, I agree. I think you have a really good team, Ray. I like the combination of him having what's his name? Yeah, I'm going there, guys. A little bit of Eagles fan kind of pick, but I like him. I always like DeAndre Swift. I want to know what you think about my draft so far. Oops, sorry, Ray, sorry. Go ahead. I hit the button.
You took guys that you like, but I wasn't crazy about the pick, but I see.
I don't think anybody was, but
I mean, I think your other picks were fine. I mean, I think Walton has had a pretty good draft so far. I think Avery's draft is very interesting. I'm on the clock now, though.
Definitely. Go ahead. You can do it and pick your pick, and then you can talk about it real quick.
You got it.
You hit the wrong thing.
So we got a lot of players going off the board. It's looking really good. All right, Chris Godwin. Somebody that might have got out of the favor of a lot of people last year because he was a little injured. What do you feel about him in the 5th round?
Yeah, I'm looking for a wide receiver. I need a tight end, but I see a couple guys I think I can get later on that will be solid players for me. I'm looking for wide receiver depth. I like my running back so far. I mean, I love Ramondre Stevenson. I do understand that sometimes running backs disappear in New England from week to week. But
I don't like Chris today. I don't like Chris today. I really don't. Look at
but I mean, I like my draft so far. I mean, we'll see how it goes.
Definitely.
I do need a tight end though.
Yeah, we got a little tight end run right now. So good luck.
All right,
All right, man. Sam, so far, what do you think about the draft so far, man?
Good. I mean, I like my team. I really do, honestly. I'm liking Jacob's team too. I'm going to bring him on in just a second. Actually, let him kind of break down his team.
Okay.
But I think we've had a really good pace so far, and I think a lot of people are kind of locked in on this draft right now and have a pretty good game plan of what they're doing here.
No,
One thing about Deontay Johnson, me and Jacob were just talking about it. Zero. I say 0 touchdowns last year. 0. Not one.
And you know who's gonna snipe them, right? I'm just
Yeah,
saying.
your 4th round pick.
I'm just saying.
But yeah, no, I don't know if you saw, but I took Waller with that 5th pick.
Mhm.
Yeah, it's biased, but like at the same time, I do think that he's gonna be force fed.
He's a freak, dude. He's a freak. He just needs to stay healthy. If he can stay healthy, he's a freak, dude. Like,
I don't know if you saw that one preseason drive. No, I'm not putting any stock into this, but the Giants' first team offense played one preseason drive. Waller had 6 targets, 4 catches, and they drove right down the field. Like, I think it's going to be wide receiver 1. Like, that's their wide out 1, you know? Like,
yeah, no, I agree. I like it. You're on the clock. If you want to get your guy Jacob on real quick, let him talk about his picks real quick. That's
yeah,
cool.
for sure. I'm just going to select. I'm going to hand the mic.
All right, cool.
But, yeah. See, this is a tough part of the draft to me. Like, I have everything but a quarterback, but the depth that we have here, I don't know if it's worth it for me to, really select a quarterback this early where I could get another running back for insurance like Rachaad White.
There you go. I like it. Okay.
But I'll hand this to Jacob. Let you guys talk to him for a minute or so, whatever.
So, Jacob, welcome to INT. Appreciate you getting on with us kind of last minute. But, hey, man, I like your team so far. Let's talk about it.
Yeah, I mean, thank you. Yeah, so basically going through the first round, I mean, Kelsey, no-brainer. I mean, he's the best receiver in that offense. When you have Patrick Mahomes throwing to him, it's an easy pick. He falls to pick 7 in the first round. I feel like it's a no-brainer. I have Stephon Diggs in other leagues. I mean, I'm not too high on him. He's got a tough matchup with corners. You're coming off of Sauce Gardner, who's the defensive rookie of the year. So that's going to be a hard matchup. You have to play twice. I mean, I don't really necessarily hate the pick, but I don't like it. CeeDee Lamb falling to me in the second round. Shocked by that. I kind of didn't expect him to fall. I was kind of expecting maybe to have to take Amon-Ra St. Brown, but it fell to me and I was happy about it. Calvin Ridley, a player who's kind of risky in my mind.
He is. He is had a whole year off.
I mean, people forget that when he was suspended, he was injured for 10 weeks before he got suspended for that full year. So we're looking at a player who 2.5 years ago, or like 2 seasons ago, he was the number 5 wide receiver in fantasy, but he hasn't played. So he's looking good in practice so far, and I'm looking forward to hopefully having it pay off in that 3rd round.
Definitely.
The rest of my running backs there.
Yeah, you got a good group of guys there. What do you think about Sanders? How you think he's going to be in Carolina?
I mean, I'm a Philly fan, so I love the guy, but I'm hoping that
that's good.
I'm hoping that he survives to something. I think he's got a decent paycheck now, so I'm hoping he's got something to play for. And I think he's going to be more in a run-first offense. They don't really have a lot of weapons. I mean, they have Mingo, rookie wide receiver. I mean, he looks good. I mean, you have 34-year-old Adam Thielen, or however old he is now at this point. So, I mean, we're coming to it. And then, I mean, Cam Akers as that 3rd running back, I absolutely love him. I mean, last 6 weeks of the season last year, he was the number 4 running back in fantasy. So, I mean, if he keeps getting that production into this year, he could be looking at a top 15, top 20 running back easily. And if he's the 3rd one on my depth, I love that. And now I'm on the clock here.
Yeah, you're on the clock. Who you picking, man?
I mean, there's a lot of players right now that's going through my mind. I'm looking at the running backs as not being my flexes, so I'm looking at a wide receiver, I think. I don't know how we're gonna
Evans,
feel about
man.
that.
Good pick. Hey,
I mean-
man. In the window, what we in the seventh round? Seventh round, getting Mike Evans. That's a great pick.
I mean, Mike Evans, he's a solid player. He always has been. I mean,
Yeah.
it's just gonna be interesting to see how Baker throwing to him. I mean, could be a gamble. Baker's not necessarily the best quarterback statistically, so I'm hoping that pans out. But
Definitely. What just happened?
Odell Beckham in the 7th.
Wait. He just had a tight end. What just happened? Are you cheating, sir? What just happened? I seen tight end in there. I don't know.
I saw I saw Dalton Schultz.
Yeah, that's what I seen. I don't know what just happened, but I guess he was able to retract it. I don't know how that happened. But Odell Beckham's there, man. Real quick, tell me what you think about him being in the seventh round. So
I think Odell Beckham's a reach here. I mean, we're not looking at 2016 OBJ on the Giants. I mean, we're looking at a man who's coming off a knee injury. And, I mean, I don't know if the production's going to be there. He's in a pretty packed Ravens offense, I would say. I mean, you have J.K. Dobbins at running back. But then you look at those other wide receivers. They just drafted Zay Flowers. I mean, he's looking really good in camp on top of, Mark Andrews and then Rashad Bateman, who's been there. So, I mean, there's going to be a big target share, and I don't know how much of that he's going to actually receive. So, I mean, we'll see. I mean, I don't hate the pick. It could end up panning out. I mean, he looked good in the Super Bowl when he was on the Rams, so very easily could have been the MVP if he wasn't hurt.
Yeah, I agree. I like the pick, though. I like it. I mean, you can't go wrong with him in the seventh round, though, so for sure. So, all right, I appreciate you, man. I don't know if Sam's ready to come back on, but
yeah, Sam's ready over here.
We'll bring him back eventually.
We'll catch up with you later on in the draft, all right?
But Jerome, I think there were some good points made there. When I was about to say this when you guys were just talking. You guys know who the OC is of the Carolina Panthers? Deuce Staley.
He's the OC? Oh,
people going to Carolina. People are going to this team, and I'm telling you, the younger players. I saw it a mic'd up clip. Multiple parents going, this coaching staff, top to bottom, elite class NFL coaching. Frank Reich and that offense. I don't think they're going to be that bad. I just don't think they're going to give Bryce Young the keys to the kingdom. I think they're going to run the ball. So I like Sanders. People forget this guy had 13 touchdowns last year. On a loaded offense too. The Eagles have probably triple the weapons that Carolina does.
Yeah. Guys, we're gonna start this 2-minute clock. I see that Lewis is kind of stuck right now. So Lewis, you had 2 minutes to pick. But while we're waiting for Lewis, any other picks kind of stand out to you, man?
I mean, I really like Dunleavy getting Mike Evans just now. It's just, to me, it seems like him going in the 7th round is just a great value pick. He already has Lamb and Ridley, and if anything happens, and then he could also rotate Evans with Akers and Sanders depending on matchups. And people are going to use tape on Baker, those little practice videos, and they're gonna rip on him and do whatever. But at the end of the day, this is a guy that still won playoff games for the Cleveland Browns. He's been a quarterback before in very tight situations. So I think people need to start trucks. I wouldn't say the Bucs are going to be good, but I think they could potentially have a decent offense still.
No, definitely. Yeah, I agree. I want to talk about the Williams pick from Ray real quick. Let me bring him on. Ray, you took my guy. You took my guy. I love that pick. How you feeling about it right there, man?
I'm looking for depth to assure my running back position. That's all.
Yeah, man. I like it.
A good solid wide receivers. I still need a tight end. But I can get any one of 3 guys pretty much whenever I need them right now. I just got to wait and see.
Yeah, it comes to a point where, if there's, a tight end or running back or something like that, and you have a lower tier on them, just go for depth at that point. The tight ends are probably going to be there. We have, a little bit of a run of tight ends. The top tier guys are pretty much out there. So, I want
to congratulate Coach, though, because now he has the 1 and 2. For ready to play.
There we go.
So,
yeah, Lewis, you are so lucky. You had timer just went off. You had a few. Again, got your pick in before the time went out. But yeah, I love your pick, man.
All right, Drum.
For sure. All right, I'm going to pick Sam. What you think about his pick right there?
It's tough to read Jerry Jeudy. Like looking at his stats last year, very underrated player. At the end of the day, like he still was able to ball out, and I give him credit for being a kind of a leader in that locker room, standing up to people that were coming at Russell Wilson, saying that this is getting a bit out of hand, and this is like he stood up for his teammate who wasn't playing well, who wasn't helping him get his bag, and I think Jerry Judy's really talented player. It's just the injury thing is just yet the problem. And I think he's even banged up right now, unfortunately.
Running back.
Wow, little run here.
Darren sniped
all these rookies now.
For me. He was about to be my next pick.
You want Chase for me?
Yeah, man. Dang. See, that's crazy. The last 3 wide receivers that just got picked, all of them was literally on my board. I felt like I had to get a backup running back just in case my top 2 guys, because they've been injured the last 2 years. So I got Pleco, however you say his name, who balled out in the Super Bowl last year and got a lot of reps last year. So he's the number 1 guy now. So I decided to get him as a backup running back. But dang, the wide receivers just got me. So we'll talk about that in a second. Thanks, Rafe. Thanks for getting on. Real quick, Darren, I want to put you on because you just sniped a really good receiver from me. Obviously, he's a Baltimore guy, so I should have known. He was right there. I was like, all right, I got one more round to get him, and then not that you was right behind me as a Baltimore fan. So I guess that was my mistake for underestimating you, right?
Nah, not even. Honestly, I was just sick of getting sniped at this point. I got sniped back-to-back for Mark Andrews, Keenan Allen. And I'm just like, what are we doing here? I got sniped by you for George Kittle. I knew George Kittle was falling. I didn't want to say nothing. I was like, all right, good. And then after that point, I'm just like, I'm not waiting. I'm going to pick who I know they're going to produce. That's why I went with, honestly, Brandon Cooks where I did. Brandon Cooks has been a 1,000-yard receiver everywhere he goes.
Yeah.
Does not matter. You got to get people that's going to produce. And that's exactly my draft now. Pick guys that's going to produce. I'm good.
Nah, I hear you. I'm going best player of
get my guys up. I think Brian Robinson.
I'm trying my best for you guys. So I'm getting some depth guys as well. So I just picked 3 running backs in a row. But you see how my wide receiver is going to be after this.
Yeah.
Say again.
But it's cool though. I already know my next pick. And if y'all snipe this one, I gotta give it to y'all because that means y'all were studying this year. Y'all were studying. Y'all snipe my next pick.
I think we need to bring Darius in now.
Who is? San Fran.
Let's bring him in. Cause sorry, Darren. I just smacked you off real quick. Let's get Darius in, man. Darius going with the first defense on the board.
Hey, listen,
it always happens every year. Somebody get a defensive player very early. Darius, yes, best defense in the league right now, I guess. How you feeling, man?
I had to get the best defense in the league. I know it's question marks around Bosa. Is he going to hold out? But San Fran's defense is always going to finish, if not number 1, definitely top 5, top 3. So I had to get them. Now I can start focus on my depth.
Hey, that's a good pick.
So I just had to get the best defense in the NFL. That's not named New England.
I want to kind of go back on Kyle Pitts real quick. I know we haven't talked about him once you picked him, but Kyle Pitts, a little not too early, but like you had some options there. You could have got Goddard, could have got Waller. Why Kyle Pitts? I mean, I think he had maybe 3 touchdowns in the 2 years.
Well, Sam
took who I
really wanted to take. I wanted to take
Whoa!
But Kyle Pitts he felt beautiful to me. So I believe in Kyle Pitts. I think he's going to redeem himself after last season. I think he had a lot of expectations from a fantasy standpoint. So I think this season he's going to redeem himself, and he doesn't have too much pressure on him, especially with Drake London, BG Robinson, and all that good stuff. So
Juan, that's a crazy pick. I'm sorry, Darius. I appreciate you getting on. I know you're talking. There's some crazy stuff going on right now. All right, Juan's not gonna be able to get on, but Sam, what do you think about a kicker? You're muted, sir. You're muted, sir. Come on. What are you new here? What are you new here? You still muted. Sam,
My bad. I was just saying we were just talking over here. We were like value. It's just coming away. Like I don't know. There's so many guys still on the board who can easily become huge impact fantasy players. Where you could stream a defense kicker. I say this every year. I say it every year. I mean, it's not. If you look at me and Jacob's teams right now too, we don't have quarterbacks for a reason. You know, there's a value problem there. Like there's a lot of quarterbacks still around. These rankings too on Sleeper, I'm not a huge fan of. Like for me, it's a little questionable to see like Anthony Richardson listed before like Aaron Rodgers, Jared Goff, Derek Carr. Like I don't know, Gino. Like I think it's a little much. You know, like we got to trust these guys that are on really good offenses or that run the football. You need someone that does both. Like I'm thinking quarterback maybe here on this back swing. And I have a feeling you guys know who I might take, but.
I always, and I want to talk about the pick that just came in because looking at Avery, how Avery always does, and I love the what the I love the what the in the background. But seeing like Avery always, and we all kind of know, Sam, you know, by being around Avery, he goes for a lot of veteran guys, and for him to get Michael Thomas here. What's your thoughts on that? You know, he got Michael Thomas, he got Rodgers, veteran guy, he got Cooks, who's a veteran guy. You got, you know, a couple of veteran guys there. What's your thoughts on that?
Personally, it's hard not to feel bad for Michael Thomas in a way. Like I've never seen a player like him was just so good at his, you know, prime, be so like kind of torn down because of injuries. Like I get it on one hand, but in another way, this man has been through a lot. And the fact that he's still on the Saints, the fact that he's still willing to give his body and up for that team, to me, it just seems like he's not getting the respect that he truly deserves. God, I hate this next pick. I really don't want to do it, but I might have to. Kadarius Toney.
Look at that. Oh, I see why you hate it. I see why you did it, but I see why you hate it also, man. I like it. We in the ninth round right now. So I don't hate pick. A lot of these guys are depth guys. So what made you get him there out of everybody?
Like personally, watching him on the Giants and just doing his thing, like when he's on the football field, there's very few players that are as electric as him with the football. Like the way, I mean, you know this yourself. Like what happened? Punt return, Super Bowl. Sure, it still strikes nightmares in your mind. The guy is electric. He's great with the football, and I think he's in about the only situation in the entire league where he can succeed because he's under Andy Reid. Reid has had years of controlling guys like this. You don't think D-Jack was a little off the deep end just like Toney was? You know what happens? He's under Andy Reid, he shuts his trap, and he's running 70-yard routes for Mike Vick. Like there's ways of going about this, and I think Toney's finally in a good situation where his pride and ego are never going to be above the team because they have Patrick Mahomes and Travis Kelce and Andy Reid. And they're truly a great class organization. So I think he's in a great situation. And I heard a report earlier today that he was healthy and he's ready to go for week 1. So, and he's a touchdown machine. You know, you never know. The Chiefs don't have that number 1 wide receiver. We both know that. So I think one of those guys is going to kind of just step forward this year, whether it's Sky Moore, Rashee Rice, Kadarius Toney. One of these people, I think, is going to kind of be that 1B to Kelce because someone's going to need to do that. This guy's 34 now. Like Travis Kelce's getting older. He's not going to be able to do this every year, like all the time. Like they're going to need other weapons and no Juju anymore either. A bunch of faster players. I think KT is going to take advantage.
Definitely, and you know, if he does well, that makes my quarterback does well. So that makes me happy.
Yeah.
Anyway, let's bring on Chris because he's about to pick soon. Kind of want him to do his live pick real quick. We don't have a lot of people on the live right now, but Chris, how you feeling about your team, man?
By
By the way, I'm sorry. Juan, you are on the clock. I didn't start the clock, so you got lucky, but you're on the clock. So go. Go ahead, Chris.
I feel pretty good. I got a wide receiver duo that I really want. I was really fortunate to be able to get Jamal Williams to be able to handcuff my own running back, because even with Alvin Kamara serving the suspension, Jamal Williams did lead the league in touchdowns last year, so he's going to get those carries like those first 3 weeks and be able to produce for me at that running back 2 spot if I decide to do that.
I like the logic.
Yeah.
So, I mean, without tipping Juan, who has a minute 18 right now, what would you kind of like target right now? We'll kind of tease it a little bit. We'll be feeling right here.
Probably another wide receiver. I'm really salty that Jahan Dotson and Michael Thomas got picked for me because that was going to be the next 2 guys on my pick. I feel like Jahan
was another guy I was gonna get if I didn't get him. Get another running back. Well, obviously I wanted Pleco for injury reasons, so I thought that man
I should have.
But I feel like Dotson's gonna have a really good year, like outside next to Terry McLaurin, and he's the healthier of the 2 right now, and I feel like a lot of people are gonna be sleeping on Eric Bieniemy's offense this year. He has a lot of really good fast and short playmakers. And implementing that Kansas City-centric style of offense with guys like McLaurin, Antonio Gibson, Jahan Dotson, Denami Brown, that's going to be a really fun offense to watch if everything comes together.
So, I mean, Chris, I'm going to ask both of you guys because both of you are in the division as well. Do you think it's going to be more of the coaching or more of the players?
Within the NFC East?
Ooh, there you go. Right on time, Juan. Just got it in.
Jerome, what was your question?
No, I was asking, they got the Washington got the enemy as the offensive coordinator. Are we thinking more it's going to be more of the coach or more of the players? Because they got some players over there right now. What are we thinking? Oh, I like it, Chris. I like it. But
I think that's a really good question, honestly. To me, I think it's definitely more to the coaching. Like, you could see the reactions on like from different players once Bieniemy was hired. It was, this guy deserves this. And we all know what this is. He's going to be OC for what, 1-2 years? They're going to slowly transfer Rivera out, and he's going to be the head coach. That's how it's going to go. And he's going there, laying the groundwork down right now, and I love it. Players were complaining. I saw that report. Players were complaining that practice was too hard. Well, maybe Washington will start getting more tough guys in that locker room, more guys that want to be there and change the culture. And I think them selling ownership, they went through a big change this offseason. I think they have nothing to lose. Being in one of the toughest divisions in football, they're going to go out there with Sam Howell. They're going to sling the football. I'm telling you, they're not going to be scared of anything. They go 6-11. No one's going why did Washington do this? It's not going to be like that.
Yeah. Oh, and Sam, not to mention, they were right in the playoff mix with Taylor Heineke last year.
Yeah.
So, if Sam Howell is any as good as Tyler Heineke, if not better, combined with the playmakers that they already have, and Eric Bieniemy's coaching in that offense is fully integrated, that's a playoff team right there.
I'm telling people, a lot of my Eagle friends, I'm like, it's not a team you want to play every week. It just isn't. Defense it's not. It's a weird match. You guys lost to them last year. You know better than me.
They ended our perfect season, yes.
Yeah. It's their
I
tough
hate to revisit that game.
It was that weird Goddard call, wasn't it? It was some weird call.
Definitely.
The weird Goddard call, the Quez Watkins fumble, just a lot of terrible things.
Yeah,
but I truly think.
All right, Chris, thanks for getting on, man. Appreciate it.
Class of division. Let's be.
Yeah, I mean, it's still a good division no matter what. Obviously, I think Eagles are still the cream of the crop, and I'm not just saying that as an Eagles fan, but it definitely got tougher. I don't think this is just going to be one of those seasons where we're just like, oh, it's just going to be the Eagles or whatever the teams at top. I think this division definitely got more competitive this offseason for sure.
Yeah, and I think Dallas specifically has made say like 3 weeks ago, I think things were a little up in the air. Like Zach Martin wasn't in camp. Like there was a lot of things where people were like, "What's going on here?" Like were you seeing those videos of Dak throwing those picks in triple coverage? I mean, some of them looked ridiculously bad, and the receivers give it up like 20 yards before. You see they're making fun of him. Like, it seems like a weird vibe. But
and then the fights that they was having, because they was having a lot of internal fights too. It was interesting.
It doesn't seem like they really buy into him, if that makes sense. Like,
yeah, I mean, I honestly, I'm not trying to be biased. I'm not trying to be a hater as an Eagles fan, but I would not be surprised if the Cowboys don't make it that far. Like, the Cowboys are not as good as people thought. Like this year, Cowboys been always like 1 or 2, 1, 2. I wouldn't be surprised if they slip down a little bit to like a Redskins kind of go over them a little bit. Redskins are feeling themselves right now. New ownership, new players, new coaching staff. That team kind of feeling themselves right now. And you got a Cowboys that look like they kind of imploding. You got a New York Giants team who's feeling themselves too. They got in the playoffs. So
yeah, like truly, what do you think about the Giants? What do you think about the Giants?
Before I let you go,
like what's your take on them?
The Giants, what? I'm sorry.
Like, what do you think about like them?
I think they're going to be a good team, man. I think that I'm not a fan of your quarterback. I'm just going to keep that honest. Really not, to be honest.
Yeah.
But I do like the overall team. I wish I got a certified number 1. I know you got Darren Waller, but he's a little injury prone. But I wish I got a number 1 guy to kind of like help out right there. I'm gonna piss people off with this pick, by the way. Well, I'm not gonna piss anybody off. They're gonna probably laugh at me, but I'm going with a guy. Ray knows how much I like this guy, so I'll talk about him in a second. But yeah, I think that there's a lot going on with your team, but I think that since you do have a playoff win in front of you right now, you have a team that really believes in themselves. I think sky's the limit for you guys. I mean, as long as y'all do your thing as far as like keeping the ball on the ground, Saquon staying healthy, a lot of the keeping Daniel Jones from passing too much. I think you guys are going to be competitive. And
I truly agree. I think a lot of people. I know you probably won't like this, but Paris Campbell. I think he's going to be an interesting player on the Giants. For some reason, I think he's going to end up contributing very early on this team. And he's a guy that I think has just not found the right situation. And truly, I think like you could say whatever you want about Jones, and I totally respect you having your opinion on Jones, but you have to admit, most of the time that you're watching him is probably versus the Eagles, where that front is just dominating. It doesn't give him any chance. Plus, he has no weapons. No weapons. Like the best receiver he ever had is Golden Tate. Like, at what point does it like
You're
get
right.
a little? Like,
You're definitely right about that. So I commend what you're doing. Y'all got Hyatt now, so there's a lot of people that really likes him.
Yeah, I mean he's a Blazer. That's what he's going to be doing. Like he's not going to. But that's what they need. I think they need someone like that. Who'd you just take?
Definitely.
What was that?
I took Quentin Johnston.
Oh, okay.
Johnston.
Yeah, Jacob was asking if you're worried about your wide receiver depth right before that. So I think you kind of saved it.
Yeah, I have to get some guys. I got a pretty young team. A lot of these guys I know from playing college football. Again, I'm seeing a lot from training camps and stuff like that. So I did this before. I had a young team before. It's not my first time having a young team, and it worked out for me. Actually, last year my team was fairly young. I had a lot of young running backs, and it kind of worked out for me. So I think my scouting report will help me out a little bit. It might not look sexy to a lot of people in the big names and stuff like that. But I think I'm gonna be okay for now.
What the?
I just love that. I just love the what this. Is that coming from the website? Where is that coming from? Sam, you're on mute.
I was about to say, I'm pretty sure it's coming from the website.
It has to be coming from the website. That's hilarious. That's dope. I love this website now. You guys don't
Yeah,
know, we
I
on
know.
Sleepers
Probably they're trying to
drafts.
prevent people from doing that, I guess, a little bit.
Yeah, yeah. It's hilarious. It's hilarious. I love the little rebuttal. Let's get Darius on real quick. Actually I think Darius is a little busy. I'm sorry, not Darius, Darren. Darren, are you busy, sir? You want to get on real quick? You good? You good to go? All right.
What the?
Oh my God! It did it
All right,
again. We
that's
got another
hilarious.
kicker. I love
That
this
is hilarious.
website. That's hilarious how to keep doing it.
Oh
That
man.
is.
But yeah.
All right, Darren. I mean, yeah, Darren. How you feel about some of these picks? I mean, were you trying to K? Because you got that tight end right after me really fast.
So I like Sam Laporta. And you got to think, who else is going to be the check down guy other than Amon-Ra St. Brown? He's the more shifty, quick guy, but that's a safety blanket right over the middle for Jared Goff. I needed a tight end. I knew after the George Kittle I had to get somebody. And I was like, you know what? I'm really going to – I'm a bet on this kid. I'm going to bet that he's going to do well in that Lions offense.
Okay. I'm surprised because I kind of felt like I sniped you because you picked Laporta very, very fast. Was it between those two tight ends for you? I know.
No, so actually I've liked Sam Laporta even in college. So coming out, I knew once I seen him go there, I'm like, all right, that's going to be
Buffalo
his guy.
has a couple
Buffalo
of
had too many guys for
you
me
know,
with Dalton
Dalton,
Kincaid and
but
yeah, they had too many guys.
take
They had
that?
Dawson Knox and Dalton Kincaid, so I didn't know which one they was really going to lean for. So I didn't even want to deal with that mess.
Got you. All right, man.
Ooh,
well, we got a couple of picks that went in right now. Yeah, he's a solid guy, dude. I like Cole Kmet. I always did.
I like it.
I just feel like they have something for Kincaid. Yeah,
like a special little plan.
So. All right. Yeah.
18 rounds.
All right, Darren. Appreciate you getting on, man. We'll talk to you in a little bit. Good drafting, brother. All right, Sam. We got a couple of kickers, and we got 1, 2.
I see a lot of purple.
We got 4 kickers on the board, man.
4.
What the?
Well, I'm going to take it over from now. I think Jerome's having a bit of technical difficulties, but Avery, if you want to draft, go ahead. I'm looking at your team right now. I kind of like a lot of these picks. I just think you probably need to go running back here at this point, just in case of some uncertainties. But even so, totally think you'll be able to find someone you really like here. Like there's some risky players. I would like to get like Ray's opinion on Devon A-Chain maybe. I mean, I think I'm a fan of his. I think Zeke is maybe worth a flyer here. Could see Rashad Penny being a potential pick. Oh, he took my idea.
Ooh, Avery, I like the pick.
Should be giving my picks away here.
Yeah.
And now I'll probably go. Yeah, I think I gotta get another receiver. I don't mind Bateman here. Do I go with the homer pick and go Jalen Hyatt? I don't know. Lazard, not really a huge fan. I think there's just too many mouths to feed on that lineup particularly. See, there's not a lot that I love left. It really isn't. I'm just kind of looking. It's interesting. Juju is falling a bit. We all see that. So, I'm just going to take him. Yeah. I like Jameson Williams too as well. I just don't like having guys that are suspended. It kind of just he's away from the team for the next month. I just saw a report, so I don't know. It's kind of a shame to see his career just truly not, come to fruition. But let's keep this thing moving here, guys. We're almost there. It's actually me again, so no, it isn't. I just picked. So Ray, you're up right now. The screen's lagging a bit just because Jerome's right now having some problems, but yeah, this is kind of like a dead part of the draft. My team right now, personally, is pretty balanced. I have 4 wide receivers, 4 running backs, a QB, a tight end. Damian Harris just went. I kind of like that. I think it's a very interesting pick, just being that they don't have a true starter. I mean, you could say what you want about James Cook, but at the end of the day, I don't think he truly is going to be their number one guy. Harris will probably catch the ball a bit more out of the backfield, I would say so as well. Dunleavy took Sky like that a lot. Because I took Tony for the same reason. Like, with all those players, you're kind of just saying, like, hey, like, they're on this offense. And to be honest, I wish I took Sky more over Kadarius Toney, just based on health alone. But in the end, I think it'll work out some way here. Devon A. Chain right there.
Sorry, guys. I believe I was cutting out a lot, so had to kind of do a quick reset. But yeah, man. Daniel Jones. Okay, I got your guy.
Yeah.
Like,
I have a trivia question for you. What do you think he ranked in fantasy quarterbacks last year?
Overall.
Yeah, like
he had to be top. He had to be top 10.
Yeah, he was like QB8. So I mean, like, I feel like getting him at this value makes sense. And I wanted someone with rushing ability too. You know, I think that's a huge thing in fantasy football. It's just being that he, you know, will have rushing touchdowns pretty often. Mm-hmm. And like whoever was left, like Geno was tempting just because I love that Seattle offense. I truly think Seattle's a team that not a lot of people are talking about right now, but they're loaded, Jerome, on both sides of the ball, like loaded. That's a team you do not want to play. Like, I think the Eagles and Giants both play them. I do not want to play Seattle, especially in Seattle.
Definitely. I'm going to. I think receiver is kind of a here. I think I'm going to go with a guy, a lot of upside. Not crazy about this pick, but Rashid Rice. Kansas City is going to have to find a number one guy. So I'm going to take him here, and hopefully he becomes that number one guy. I hear some good stuff about him so far, so let's get him in. Let's keep the youth train going.
Yeah, exactly. It's starting to get that way where it's like we're taking potential.
All right, we got a couple of picks in. Let's get Ray back on. Haven't talked to Ray in a little bit. How you doing, Ray, man? How you feeling?
I'm good, man. How are you?
Are you good?
I'm here. Can you hear me?
I got you, Ray. How you feeling, man? What are you doing right here?
I'm good.
Trying to think. I mean, Damian Harris. What is the thought process behind that? I mean,
definitely, it's a lot of potential picks.
New England
really, right now. So
sorry, Buffalo really does. Who's their start? Can you hear me? Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you. I think Jerome.
Jerome, can you hear me?
I can hear you.
Okay, well, I was going to say, I'm thinking that Buffalo really doesn't know who their starting running back is going to be, and he has as good a shot as anybody.
He's got a quality experience, like proven player. You know, he's been used in that Belichick system now for 2 years. Like, I think he's a smart player too. I think he's going to be able to work well with that offense and be, you know, maybe mentally a little faster paced than what James Cook would offer. I mean, this is still a second year player. We got to remember.
I like James Cook more of a guy out of the backfield as a receiver.
Yeah,
I think really if you use them both, use Harris on first and second down and bring Cook in on third down. I think really ideally that's what you should do with those guys. But I mean, they'll probably give them both series and see how it goes in the beginning.
Yeah,
I just like Damian Harris just as much. I think again, he could settle in and wind up being the starter. So we'll see. I actually like the pick that you had, taking the backup running back for Chicago. I think that David Montgomery, who's with Detroit now, because I think I got a lot of production from that Williams guy last year, who they used down near the goal line a lot last year.
Also, I took that as a handcuff move because I got Gibbs just in case injury flares up, anything there, I just slide right one in. You know,
I think what you'll do was what I did last year is I used one of them as my like a flex guy, and then even if he only got some touches or if he only got scores. This way I was getting something from that.
Yeah, exactly. Truly.
No,
I was listening to what you were saying about Devin A. Chain. I think A. Chain in the beginning will be a specialty guy on third down and maybe handle some kickoffs and
Okay. That's what I was figuring too as well. So I just think there's really not a true identity in that backfield yet. And
There's not. I mean, that's the one thing that
they're going to be in the red zone a ton. So who's getting those carries, they're going to be a fantasy contributor on a lot of teams. And I'm telling you, RB2 flex every week material, whoever that guy's going to be.
Fast dude.
He is so fast.
My thing is when they have him and, the other guys out there on the field together, they all have like 4.3 something speed. I mean, you're going to have a really hard time keeping up with them guys. I mean, but again, it's going to come down to Tua staying healthy and the offensive line doing their job. And we'll see how that goes.
Yeah, I'm truly rooting for Miami this season. I think they're just a team that everyone kind of wants to succeed and take down the Jets too. Everyone
Sam, I don't agree with what you just said. I think that for some reason people hate the Dolphins.
Yeah, I feel like that too. I don't know why. I like Tua. I like Jalen Waddle. I like Tyreek Hill. I think they're a really fun team to watch. I think.
Hey guys, real quick before we so we're still talking. We are at 1 minute draft picks now, just to kind of get it going. Probably in round 14, we'll do 30 seconds. Okay. All right. Go ahead, guys. I'm sorry.
No, just that again, I think Miami should have a good year, but they're still got to play it on field.
Yeah, Darius, you have 12 seconds. So yeah, no, I like it for sure. You said you have 6 more rounds. Okay. All right, Darius. Sorry, you gonna get auto pick now. All right. So, all right, we got a quick one in.
I like the Elijah Mitchell pick. Just saying that. I think why not this late in the draft for who knows what CMC goes down. You got RB1. You know what I mean? Like at that point, that's the case.
I switched over to talk and now it's like this.
Dang, bro. Ray, you're on the clock. I'll let you get to it, man. We'll let you get to your pick and straight. Yeah, no problem. But yeah, so anything kind of stands out to you right now? I mean, I'm gonna be honest. I got a very young team.
Yeah, I was wondering who's running gun 69. I didn't know whose team that was.
That is Lewis.
Oh, so he has Hurts and Tua in the same bye week. So I think that was kind of a wasted
pick. Excuse me. And stuff that you don't think about, man. You got like when you get into your depth, you gotta kind of think about like your bye weeks too. I just had to look at mine just in case too. So all right, we're doing good on time, guys. But Juan with Deuce Vaughn. I wish Juan was still on to talk about Deuce Vaughn. I'm a huge Deuce Vaughn fan. I hate the fact that he's on the Cowboys. Ray knows how much I hate the fact that he's on the Cowboys. Sam, do you know anything about Deuce Vaughn? You're on mute.
I know he's tiny.
Yes, he is very tiny.
I don't know. I saw on a depth chart maybe a couple days ago that he's still RB3. And I think he does something too similar to what Tony Pollard brings to the game.
That was my only gripe about it. That was literally my
He's Tony Pollard, but he's smaller. Like
yeah.
Tony Pollard. See Tony Pollard. He's big. He's jacked guy. He's a big guy. I don't think Deuce Vaughn has that that stiff arm run over ability that Pollard's going to bring.
He's tougher than you think he is.
Yeah,
man.
I can see.
I'm gonna bring Ray on for this one because we love Deuce Vaughn. We are big college football fans. Real quick, Ray, real quick, can you tell us about Deuce Vaughn? He just got picked, man. Oh, I guess we lost Ray. I guess we don't want to talk about him.
I'm on the clock. Sorry about that.
No, you're good, Sam. But I think Deuce Vaughn right there. I love it. Oh, got your guy in Hyatt. Okay.
You see what his number is now? I changed it
to 12.
13.
13. Oh, that's just wrong.
He said he was like debating it pretty hard, and he had to talk to a lot of people about it, and if it was like the right move. But it's a lot of pressure behind that. I feel
a lot of pressure, man. A lot.
Yeah, it's too soon. At the end of the day, it's too soon.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, I think that hey, if you got the whereabouts and you feel like that is what you want to do, like go for it, man. I mean, if that's where you want to. Is that where you want to take your game, and if you feel like that's what's gonna take it there, and you're okay with the pressure, let's do it. So hey, man, hey, we got Juan. All right, we gotta get Juan back on. Juan, you are gonna be on right now. How you doing, sir? Deuce Vaughn, great pick. I hate that he's on the Cowboys. What's your logic in that, man?
Honestly, like I'm kind of going pair by pair so far.
Mm-hmm.
I was really surprised Elijah Moore dropped as far as he has. He's going to be a great slot receiver for the Cleveland Browns. I had to take – I don't know how Darren felt about me taking his favorite kicker of all time, but, I had to do it to him. Gabe Davis, great.
You caused the first what the of this draft.
Really?
So, yeah.
Well, was that what the in a good way or what the in a bad way?
I don't know. I mean, dude, that's how the draft does. I guess when you pick kickers kind of early, they go what the, and that was kind of funny. So, it did do it in the defense when Darius did the defense. But go ahead, go along, go
well,
your rest of your team, man.
Apart from that, I'm really happy with where I got everyone that I'm getting. Jarrett McKinnon, I'm really hoping is going to get better touches going forward with regards to Sky Moore in the backfield, Sky Moore and Isaiah Pacheco in the backfield. But we'll see. Hopefully everything's panning out for me. Everything looks good on paper, but let's see how everything holds up afterwards.
No, I agree, man. I think that you got a good squad right there. We'll see how, like you say, we'll see how it goes. All right. Deuce Vaughn, though, man. What do you know about him?
From what I saw in the preseason, it's everything that
I'm bringing Ray on too. Right?
He's basically he's a hard hitting back who I feel has great upside in the rotation alongside Tony Pollard, and Tony Pollard has the tendency of getting injured more than you'd like him to. So I feel he's going to be a great kind of backup in that sense. But honestly,
Ned, I love your tight end picks, by the way. Go ahead.
But yeah, no, I'm confident. Like this whole team, I'm confident. They're all gonna get the touches that they need to be productive.
Definitely. Hey Ray, what is your thought on Deuce Vaughn? Because I know me and you loved him being at K-State last year. You were very highly on him. I hate I have to emphasize how much I hate that he's on the Cowboys. But Ray, what's your thought on Deuce Vaughn? Do you think he got any fantasy value this year?
I think he could as a flex type of a kid. When it's all said and done, he's my opinion, he's a Darren Sproles kid. He kind of is more explosive than people think he is. So
yeah, I like him a lot. You might get some value out of the kickoff return with him because I think he might do a little bit of that.
You could. I mean, like last year, I had Devin Duvernay.
Sure, I think we had back-to-back inside the hashes guys.
Yeah, I see that, man.
Roshan and Dawson.
Yeah, I like it. But all right. Hey Juan, thank you for getting in here. Appreciate you, man. Good luck on your team for sure. Ray, thank you for getting on as well. Appreciate you, man. And we'll definitely talk about it a little bit later. Let's talk about Ray. Let me get Ray back on. So I was curious about this tight end. I don't know a lot about him, but a lot of people are raving about him. Who is he? Who is this guy?
Who are you talking about?
The tight end. Yeah, you picked him from Tennessee. I can't say his name.
Okwaka.
He's a kid. He played wide receiver in college, and they converted him into a tight end. He's an athletic.
I mean, he a rookie?
He's a second-year player.
Second year.
I don't know much about him, man.
He actually had some decent stats last year. Tennessee was just horrible, so no one watched their games.
He was, and I think that the last year where you had Tannehill get hurt, so he lost tight ends. So I think with him not playing more, I mean, we all know he's on borrowed time, but he does like to throw to the tight end. So
No, okay, I like it. I'm going to pick my next.
And Tajay Spears.
Tajay Spears.
Tajay Spears. Yeah. I think I like Tajay Spears. We got to talk to him at the Senior Bowl. Good kid. He's gonna try to pick some playing time. I'm telling you, he's hungry. He's hungry.
Yeah, I could see him getting some snaps behind Henry somehow. I really do. Also, another guy we talked to, Jerome, Chase Brown, not trying to give away these like late steal draft picks. Joe Mixon took a pay cut for a reason. The man's only making like $4.5 million now. The running back, too, is Chase Brown. Also, his brother, Sidney, has been making noise in Eagles camp, too.
Yeah, man. He might be.
I heard Reed Blankenship say something about, I can't even tell this kid was a rookie.
Yeah.
I had no idea.
Yeah, I like his intensity, too. He's just like all out, like balls to the wall, go hit him.
He's also jacked. I remember we were standing right next to him on the sideline, and he's got an 8-pack and like abs you could see from a different country.
Dude, and I'm gonna let Ray get his stuff together. I appreciate you, Ray. Yeah, man, the dude, he's showing off the abs as he should. If I have abs like that, I would too. But yeah, dude, he's stacked. He was a guy that really showed a lot during the Senior Bowl.
What do you think of Tank? Tank here? No.
Yeah, he's there. I was trying to make you be quiet about him. I looked at him and like, shut up. I do get backup running back. I think I'm gonna go defense here. Actually, I don't like doing defense this early. But I see it going down a little bit. I kind of like. I'm gonna go Seahawks here. I like their secondary. I like what they did in the draft. I'm gonna go Seahawks defense right here. I think they got a little squad. They're trying to get that Legion of Boom coming back.
I was just talking to you about the Seahawks. I think they can win that division. I don't know if there's a true ceiling for them. Both sides of the football. JSN comes back and he's a guy in that offense.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. They got that. Do you like that Charbonnet guy?
Charbonnet?
Yeah, he's the backup running back. He's from UCLA.
Yeah, I think yeah, they got him. Yeah,
third round.
I picked him already. Chris did. Chris got him in the 10th round.
Gotcha.
Yeah, so yeah, Charbonnet's off the board. I think he's gonna be a good guy. I actually was kind of waiting for. I would have picked him around this area to back up Kenneth Walker. I think Kenneth Walker is a superstar, but he does have his injuries. So having a Charbonnet is a good pick. Me and Chris might have to talk about that trade right there.
Yeah. I'm still kind of like looking at my team, but I'm really happy. We kind of brought this up earlier. I'm really happy I somehow ended up with David Montgomery and Jahmyr Gibbs just in case. I think it's like truly a really good move, and like with the hype around Gibbs, it's hard for a lot of people to rally around Montgomery, but you got to realize like DeAndre Swift was effective last year, but Jamal Williams had 20 touchdowns or whatever he had.
Yeah,
17. I mean, it comes to a point where you know what they're going to do on offense. They're going to use two running backs. Detroit's going to be fast, efficient, and they're going to play smash mouth football. They're going to take shots to Amon-Ra. Once Jameson Williams gets back, I think he's going to be effective. Like, there's
20 seconds, Darius.
Yeah, I don't know. I've liked this draft though. Going through everyone's team, it's really hard to find a draft that I don't particularly like. Like I like yours a lot, Jerome. Like even like you flat out reached on a few guys, but your middle round picks I think have saved you in a way where like you have enough depth that the reaches is like kind of worth it,
And that every year it's kind of like that with me, and we're gonna have to simulate Darius picks again. Oh, Mooney!
No, that's not what you want. I hate when it happens.
That's horrible. That's corny. He got that. Whatever, man. But that's corny. But anyway, yeah, I think that's usually how I go. I'm hyper active through the season. You'll see me pitching trades. You see me, working on waiver wire. You see me. Every year I'm top 2 in fantasy activity. So my top guys might be kind of sus sometimes, but I survived. I mean, last year, 2 years ago, I went to the playoffs with no McCaffrey, and I had the first overall pick. Last year, I had I forgot who I had that got injured most of the year. I had to play without him for most of the season. So, and that kind of prompted me to get the quarterback this year, but and a little bit of more safe pick because I've been getting smacked on my first round picks the last couple of years.
I like the Nico Collins pick too as well. Wide out 10th round.
Nico, man, it's a good pick. That's a very good pick. People sleeping on my guy Nico, obviously from Michigan. He got a quarterback now. Just saying, he got a quarterback now. So I like it. Oh, Kendall Miller, I love it. What? How do you feel about him, man? He's a TCU.
I don't know. I mean, anything crazy happens within the first 3 weeks of my roster, I might be able to fill him in as a Saints starter. No, I mean, I don't know who. I mean, they have Jamal Williams as well, but that offense, they use what Kamara does so much in that offense that I think they're going to need someone like Kendre Miller. I don't think Jamal Williams is the one that's motioning out into the slot and running it, like a curl. Like it's not going to be who he is. I think Kendre Miller is more of a guy who's going to run out there. He can run 20 different routes, and he also could take it to draw out of the backfield. And look at his stats at TCU. You wonder why TCU was so good in the last couple of years? It's players like him.
Yeah.
Obviously, we talked to Duggan. We talked to who was the other guy? The receiver, Darius Davis.
Yeah.
And no, they had some dogs, but at that same time, the run game was incredible. This man had like 1,700 yards last year. Like he went off.
Yeah.
I was looking at his stats, and I just couldn't believe it.
TCU just played yesterday?
Yeah, what did you think about that? I was about to ask you.
It was missing those guys, man, for sure. They was in it. Don't get me wrong, they still have talent. They were still in it with Colorado, but you could tell they was missing a lot of those guys from that team. So, Ned, you got 1 minute. I didn't start the clock, so you got lucky, but you got 1 minute to pick your player. But yeah, I agree. Let's get Darius on real quick because we haven't had him on a little bit. So, Darius, what's going on, man? How you feel about your draft, man?
I feel very confident about my draft. I think I have a very underrated team, but I think we're gonna. You
got auto draft twice, and you got two good players, Mitchell and Mooney. I don't want to hear nothing from you, sir.
I actually was looking at Mooney. See, the thing with Mooney is it's all going to come down to Justin Fields, right? The offensive line, can they block? Can Mooney get open? We saw what happened in the preseason. But I'm really confident in my running backs. I love my wide receiver run with Stephon Diggs, somebody who I wanted since last season. I got a very, very, very underrated squad, especially at the quarterback with Trevor Lawrence. We saw what he did last year. Especially towards the end of the season. So just watch out for my team. Watch out for my team. I gotta root for a good team because the Patriots, listen, we ain't gonna get into that. we ain't gonna get into that. We ain't gonna get into that.
Talking about the Patriots. Ned, I'm sorry you had to get auto draft, but you got a kicker, Tyler Bass. Actually, a pretty good kicker. So thanks, Darius, for getting on with us, man. So I think this is about the rounds where you start filling out like, backup guys just in case somebody get injured kind of thing. Things like that. Any guys kind of stick out to you the last like 2 or 3 picks though, as backup guys to you, Sam?
Sorry, Jerome, what'd you say there?
No, I was just asking, is there any guys that kind of stick out to you as backup guys? I mean, your guy Jacob, I think he did a good job getting those 2 quarterbacks, Prescott and Wilson, actually.
Late
in the round.
He's still right here if you want to ask him anything. But
yeah. Come on.
Yeah, bet. I'll hand him over real quick. There you go.
So how we doing?
Jacob, man, you got Wilson, you got Prescott now. A little bit of risk between the two because Prescott had his ups and downs last year with the interceptions. You got Wilson, who looked not Wilson-like at all, but new head coach, new offense scheme. Prescott, new season, can get away some of that rust from last year. You got 2 interchangeable guys. How you feeling about your quarterback position? Or are you kind of nervous still?
Yeah, I mean, so I have Dak in another league, and the interception the interception issue is going to be a big question mark, I feel like, going into the year. I feel like adding Russell Wilson, maybe under that Sean Payton team, will hopefully kind of bring back that Russell Wilson that we saw in the Seahawks, that iconic Russell Wilson that was performing and outperforming his talent. I mean, I'm hoping to see it this year as it comes along, but I mean, I don't hate to pick the value in round 14. Get my backup. I mean, I was waiting on the quarterback for a long time because I know that there's still a lot of value that I can get in the later rounds of the quarterback position. So I don't hate it at all. I mean, I'm looking right now. Sam's on the clock. He doesn't have a backup. Brock Purdy just went. I mean, with Trey Lance going to Dallas. Oh, there we go. Derek Carr. I mean, I don't know how I feel about Derek Carr. I mean, he's in a new atmosphere, I guess. So, I mean, that Saints offense has a lot of weapons to kind of make them successful. I mean, they're projected to lead their division and win it. So,
definitely.
we're rolling.
I'm sorry. Sorry, my internet's been very laggy today, but yeah, I like what you got going on. I appreciate you, man, and good luck with the rest of the season. And as everybody else, we got 30 seconds for pick now, so it's gonna be quick and rapid at this point. So make sure you got your guys in there as soon as you can, for sure. So Sam. Let's get Sam back real quick.
Let's pass it back to him.
Quick, man. Appreciate you.
Yeah.
Ooh, Taysom Hill. Ooh, okay. Yeah, man. Rapid fire. Everybody's gonna go a little quick. Like I said, depth guys getting tight ends like Taysom Hills and stuff like that. Anybody you think should be picked soon, man? Anybody?
That's a good question. Just looking at receivers. I mean. I just Tank Dell gone.
That's a fan favorite right there.
Yeah, no, I love Tank. It was great literally interviewing him. I could tell that he has like a mindset probably that's more just like he's gonna do his thing. Like he doesn't really care, it seems like, about a lot of other stuff. You know what I mean? Like he's his own person, which I like.
Mm-hmm.
And I think there's gonna be some growing pains with that offense early, but again, they have nothing. They have nothing to work with really. So Who says that he can't be their wideout one coming into the season? Like, I don't.
100%. Yeah, I think that he had a great preseason. Again, I think people slept on him a lot, man. He had 2,000 yards last year on a Houston team quarterback that I don't particularly like. So, to be honest, like I'm not a big Tune fan, but Tank in Houston, man. Route running was insane. You know what's funny, Sam? We were kind of wondering like what happened to Tank during the Senior Bowl. It just came out that he had an ankle injury.
Huh. Yeah, I actually respect. I kind of like hearing that a bit more than like him leaving. You know what I mean? Like
yeah.
I think
it was kind of a bummer. I was kind of like, and
DeJuan Jones left too.
10 seconds, by the way. But yeah, he just kind of like up and left. He was like, what happened? And then literally just like last week, I heard that he had an injury. So all right, Darren, I'm sorry, we have to auto pick you. Chargers defense. Okay, that's fine.
Good pick.
Yeah, got
lucky with that.
Tajay, there you go. And hey, he could have came to me in the next pick, so I like him.
I like Musgrave too.
Ooh, okay, Musgrave, man. Okay, I like that pick.
Did we interview him? I think
I did. Yeah, good guy. I like him. I'm going to go with a kicker here. Should I get Dicker the kicker? Yeah, I'm going Dicker. I like him. Dicker the kicker. Let's go. Former Eagle for a very quick second, but I like him. So this is the part where you get depth guys, scan a kicker in this spot, run it like some backup running backs.
Like this run, guys. We're almost there. 2 more rounds here. I like this run here.
Yes, sir. We're going lightning quick. I like it. Still under 2 hours, so not too bad.
I know. Way better than we have.
Yeah, I think the last couple of years we've been going almost till 10, 30, 11. So we're making good progress this afternoon. I like it. All right. Let's talk about Ross real quick, man. At that next position, like that pick. What you think about it?
Oh, Jeff Wilson.
No, Justin Ross.
Oh yeah. I mean, it's interesting to see how the Chiefs don't have a wide receiver that everyone's like, oh, like this is the guy. But I think 5 of them were taken. 4 of them were taken. So
it's like we're all kind of banking, like hopefully one of them gets
it's roulette. Basically, it's roulette.
Yeah.
So
yeah.
I like Justin Ross. I'm sure you remember. You're big into college recruiting and like scouting. This guy, he was supposed to be a top first-round pick for a while at his time. Clemson.
I'm sorry, Juan's winning in the draft right now. I'm sorry, but go ahead.
No, I was just saying, like he's a very highly rated player and always has been.
Yeah, I agree. Coming from Clemson, had some injuries going in, so he was one of those guys that still have a lot of potential in him. We'll see how he does this year. I hope he does good. Jeez, okay, I'm about to turn off that. Well, I might have to do it for this pick because Ned's been kind of auto drafting lately. So do you like Wilson though? From Ray, what you thought about them? I don't think.
Yeah, I mean, I think if Ray drafts a Dolphins player, I'm definitely interested to see why. I mean, it's one of those type of things. And Jeff Wilson's another guy with experience. He's played on winning teams before, and he does a lot of the backfield. He's able to catch the ball. I'm sure he's a good schematic player. So I definitely have a lot of questions about what's going to happen in Miami, especially about their backfield. But I think it's a great pick for this late in the game right now.
Definitely, no, I agree. I like this part. I like this part of the draft because, and especially when you're picking teams that I like that because you kind of got, and it's still a little biased, but you got an inside glimpse of like some of these players that maybe Jerome who don't watch Dolphins as much. You get good players in there, or somebody that's in the opposite conference that you worry about a little bit more NSC, then you get more guys in there. I like that,
Yeah, I do too. Really do. I take.
So let's do this. So we got 2 more rounds, man. If you don't have your kicker or defense, I suggest you definitely get them now. And not just in a schematic part, but like just how we do our drafts. I think last year we picked that last round and didn't work out. So definitely try to get those in for sure. Sam, I'm curious what you're gonna do here, man.
Yeah, I mean, I have only a kicker and defense left to fill, but I'm glad it's kind of how it worked out, and I was able to find enough value at all these rounds. Kind of, I feel like. Watching this Florida State LSU game right now as well. But, oh yeah, my turn. Let's see. Yeah, I'm going to take my defense, and we'll get on the move.
Saints defense. Okay. I like it. I
feel like they've been kind of an underrated unit in the last couple of years.
Chris, what are you doing?
You're gonna take the box.
Yeah.
So I just put something in the chat room. I said Chris is going blue today. If you know, you know. Chris is going blue today. I don't know how he feels as a Ohio State fan, but a little blue today. I think I'm going Ohio State. I think I've got a Ohio State guy myself. Did I?
See that drop?
No, not really. Not really. Just Wilson, really. All right. So, all right, man. We're heading to the end. We're just about to be done, guys. And we're gonna kind of wrap up, do a little team wrap up before we're done. See how everybody doing at the end of this. Louis, you got 15
Gotta find my sleeper pick now.
My internet is very laggy, so apologize for that. All right, I'm gonna make my pick. I think I'm gonna go running back. I'm a little light on the position itself. I think that pick just because the player that's in there. See Devin Jackson, Evan Hall. There's my two choices right there. Just because what's it's not there, and they're gonna be the two backs. I think I'm gonna go Deion.
Yeah, I think Jerome's going Deion Jackson there. It seems like he's kind of the lead back, I would say right now. I don't know. He's more experienced in the Colts system, but Zach Moss is also there, and he just has more experience overall. So I definitely think that both will get carries and both are worth picks, especially late in this draft. Like this little roll we're going on, guys. Almost there. Little Irv Smith action. I like that at the end of the draft. Yeah, well, we're moving a bit right now, so no Jerome's just having a tough time at the moment. Chase Brown just went like that.
Yeah, we just talked about him. I like him as a good backup running back, and I think that I was a little light on the position, so I feel like going back to back running back there, two guys that can possibly do something for me right there. I think this is good picks. Deion Jackson, what do you think about Deion Jackson right there, man? He might be the starter at the beginning of the season.
Yeah, I think he's a really talented player.
Yeah, and ITH guy.
Really? Okay.
Yeah. Interviewed him when he's in high school. No, college. Yeah.
Where'd he go? Duke?
Duke.
Yeah.
Duke. Yep. Good guess, man. Good guess. But yeah, we're wrapping this up, man. Looking good. I like some of these depth guys. What's his name? Marquise Valtez Gallon, whatever how he says his name.
MVS.
Yeah, I forgot he was on the Chiefs. I'm not gonna lie, I forgot he's on the Chiefs.
You watching Florida State LSU right now?
Florida State, I'm not. How's that going right now? I actually
14-7. Florida State's driving right now, right before the half. It's a close game.
Right. We gotta hurry up because I want to watch that game.
Yeah, that's a really good game right now.
Yeah, I know. Ray's ready to watch it.
Crazy though. Florida State has 8 penalties. LSU has none.
Whoa, see.
But they're only down 7 right now, so I don't know. It looks like Florida State's kind of for real. I didn't think they would compete.
Yeah, and maybe we could get Ray on it a little bit, real quick. Me and Ray was talking about this on the RPO podcast that we thought that, well, at least I thought that LSU was a little bit better than FSU. FSU always had the talent, but they never.
Yo, Ray, you have 2 defenses, no kickers.
Ooh, better get that kicker. Oh, okay. We're gonna have to.
Are you good? Oh, okay. No, you're right. You're right. That was on me.
Oh, he has one.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, I see Buckner. Yeah. Cool. Come on, Sam. Stay in your own pockets.
I know. You're right. You're right.
Right, man. We're getting ready to wrap this up.
I don't even know some of these kickers are, to be honest.
Mooney. Ooh, well, it's again, baby. You gotta go blue. I love Mooney, man. He won a job, right? I know he got injured. I think he won the job. So.
Yeah, I'm hearing he might lose his job or something.
He's gonna lose his job?
Yeah, I don't know.
He's injured. He might have to, right? Because the funny thing is both of the kickers got injured. That's the problem.
He converted all 148 of his extra points in Michigan.
Yeah. Dude, he's a beast. I love him. I'm happy he got drafted first, and he got drafted in the 4th round, I think. So it was interesting to see a kicker get drafted that high. And it's been a while since you've seen one of those. But, sure. All right, last pick is for Avery. You're on the clock. Let's see how he does. Thanks, Ray. Good luck on your draft, man, and talk to you later.
All right, man.
All right. Mooney, Darren says Mooney was a third rounder. Dang. Dang. Love it. Love it. Love to see it. Go blue. Go blue. I should have worn my Michigan stuff. We had a good game yesterday, so but yeah, Avery got 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. That stinks. The last pick of the draft had to get auto pick. But I'm sure he's not mad about it. Oh, he got Stafford. What the? I hate this auto draft stuff, man. I hate it. I hate it. All right, let's look at the total draft real quick. Let's go up to the top again. Sorry. And do a quick analytic look at how the draft looked. I'm gonna make this a little bit bigger, if I can. All right, let me see. Did I do this right? I don't think I did this right. All right, we're gonna put it back how it was. All right, Sam, let's wrap this up, man. What's your total overall thought on the teams and how you think everybody's kind of fair? Who's your favorite team? You're on mute, sir. Sam, you're on mute. This kid, he's acting like a rookie right now. Sam,
you're right. I am. I was trying to look at the teams here. There's a lot of this draft board. I like Chris's team a lot, to be honest. I think he had a really solid draft throughout a lot of it. Well, he just was very consistent with his picks. He got a lot of guys, in my opinion, that are, kind of playing for something a bit. Like, for him to have Kamara, Devonta Smith, Adams, Barkley, Mike Williams, Jamal Williams, Cortland Sutton down there in like the 8th, 9th round, like that's a really good draft to me.
Yeah, no, I agree. I like that too. I really like your draft. You got some smart picks. Gibbs, I'm high on him, and I was damn near between him and Walker. I was kind of hoping Gibbs fell to the next round. He didn't. You got him there, but I really think really highly of Gibbs, and I wouldn't be surprised if Gibbs played better than what's his name right now?
Montgomery.
No, Robinson actually.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, that's how much I like him. I mean, Robinson, don't get me wrong, I think he's still gonna be a baller. But Gibbs, man, I've been following him for a while. He played at Georgia Tech for a little bit, so I got to see him at Georgia Tech. Then he went to Alabama, and as soon as he went to Alabama, I was like, dude, this guy's gonna be a beast there. And
yeah, you just knew. Yeah.
So I really like him.
I honestly like Jacob's team too. I think he had a really good draft, to be quite honest. I think he's going to be.
I like what Ned did. I like what Ned did. He got a good little draft too. The 2 running backs right there.
Yeah. No, I did like Ned's draft. I didn't see him
right. Got Herbert, man, that's stacked at the top. Avery, of course, having the first overall pick, taking a big risk on Taylor, but I think that was a good risk at that point of the draft.
I think Darren might be in trouble.
Darren? Ooh. I mean, the thing about Darren is they always go for his guy, Lamar Jackson, very early and often. So, I mean, don't get me wrong. He's a good quarterback. Can he stay healthy? That's the next thing.
I just think relying on Debo and Hopkins is going to be a lot.
Yeah, I hear that too. Yeah, I hear that as well.
I'm not a huge fan of it.
I feel like my team's okay. I mean, like I said, very young, very talented guys, but very young. We'll see how that goes. I got my top 2 running backs are just coming off an injury. So, okay.
Oh no!
Somebody wants to
revoke the beast.
What's up, man? Hey, Mr. Coach, you're muted, sir.
So I've been very quiet, just relaxing and chilling, right? And then I hear that I might be trouble. I'm just trying to figure out, is DeAndre Hopkins not the same DeAndre Hopkins that in 10 games with Kyler Murray and anyone else throwing him the ball, he still almost made it to have a 1,000-yard season after coming back from his suspension? Is that not the same D-Hop that had 4 different quarterbacks one year and he still managed to catch 1,500 yards?
No, you're right. Totally agree. I just think
but that's also
big risk.
But that's also why Debo is the number 1. We're not even going to start with that. That's
I'm not saying
the guy that produces in Brandon Cooks. for 1,000 yards every year wherever he goes. And I'm not trusting Michael Gallup to be the number 2. I'm trusting CD and Cooks to be those guys.
Okay.
As well as you ain't peep down below, Traylon Burks is there. And we all seen what Traylon Burks can do when he had a chance last year, even before all the injuries. So again,
he was all right.
Good.
Good. Your team is very much like my team, to be honest. It's a lot of
there's a lot of potential.
It's a lot of players that we can possibly. It's a lot of players that we can possibly have a lot of like upside to.
I like Cooks and Flowers a lot, though. I think that saved you a bit there. I really do. I think
Flowers definitely. Yeah, Flowers.
I give Flowers at least 2
Flowers
weeks before we really can say something about Flowers. I love what I'm hearing out of camp. I'm loving what I'm hearing everywhere and in the game. But I just want to see his role.
There was not a single Washington DB that can stick this guy.
Oh no,
not a single one.
Oh no. And again,
the Washington DB.
I want to know: are we going to leave him as the slot guy? Are we going to move him around? How will this offense work? That is why I think
honestly it's going to be a lot of movement because all your receivers can play in the slot. Every last one of them.
All of them can play in the slot.
So I think it's going to be a lot of movement.
So, yeah, and I just want to know how is that movement going to affect who's getting the ball. I know Mark's going to get his. Mark's going to get it around everybody, but who is going to be that number 1 guy? I think Zay might end up being number 2.
And don't you guys sleep on my guy Isaiah Likely. Don't sleep on this guy.
Why would you mention him? That was going to be my. You know what? Listen. I'm calling him now. Do not touch him because he is not went. He is a free agent, and I accidentally got a defense when I was trying to grab Bryce Young. I was sitting here watching the live action One Piece, unfortunately, and now look at me messing up in the draft. Craziness. But it's cool. Don't touch I like me, everybody. Listen, I'm calling it now.
Listen, he's still out there.
I
got 2 tight ends right now. Do I want to get third?
I called dibs. Man, cold people.
Listen, you already know how I feel about Likely. I drafted him last year, so
I got him in one of my deep sleeper fantasy leagues in my dynasty league. Oh, love it.
I agree, man. Well, thanks, Darren. I appreciate you, man. That's gonna do it for us. That's gonna do it for us for the fantasy draft this year, man. I hope all you guys enjoyed. Any parting words, real quick, Sam, before we get off?
No, I thought it was a great draft. Good time. I think a lot of good information was kind of just put out there for fantasy owners of anyone. So focus on those middle rounds. Think about how you could build your team throughout. There's little things you could do in these types of things that make your draft a lot better. So
and we might be a little disappointed in our drafts now, but at the end of the day, it matters how you manage your team throughout the season as well. So I feel like I'm really good at that. So we'll see how the season goes, man. I've been in the playoffs every year. We'll see. I mean, maybe I'll be out this year. We'll never know. You guys making it tough. You guys definitely made it tough. So that's going to do it for us today, guys. Appreciate y'all going on. I'm Jerome Jones. This is Sam Kirk right over there. Appreciate each and every one of you checking us in while we live on this draft. I know it's a long one, but I hope you had a good one. We'll see you throughout the season. We'll have some updates for you guys and everything like that. So thanks again for checking us out. Make sure you like, subscribe, do all that great stuff. We're on YouTube, Facebook, Twitter. We have interviews players that we talk to all year round. NFL guys, college guys, high school guys. We do a lot of that stuff. So make sure you check us out on all our platforms. Appreciate all y'all. Y'all have a good one, and we see y'all later. And good luck. And also, before we get off, if you hit a comment in our YouTube channel at the bottom, let us know how your drafts went and how our drafts went, who had the best draft. Let us know in there. We do comment back on all our comments. So once again, Jerome Jones here, Sam Kirk. Thank you so much. Have a good one. Peace.